Phillies have not been swept in a four-game series at home since 1972. And Danny Jackson, Whitey, arguably has been the Phillies' best pitcher in the second half, and he'll certainly be up for the occasion tonight, I would think.
Well, they need a well-pitched ball game. They thought they had one last night, and they did for, 7 2/3 innings. So, Jackson has the stuff. The Cubs are pretty tough on left-hand pitching. They have some strong right-hand hitting. But it's a win they need, and especially it's in the loss column, see? If they win this game tonight, the loss column stays 7 games. That is going to be important, or at least it should be.
Montreal is idle tonight, so it'll be Danny Jackson going against Jose Bautista. Starting lineups for you after these messages.
The Phillies and the Chicago Cubs is being brought to you by Budweiser. Fresh, pure, natural. Proud to be your Bud. By Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. By the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company. And by Independence Blue Cross. Personal choice. The health plan that controls costs, not people.
What if someone were to design a car about the size of a Ford Taurus outside, but with more room for people than Taurus or Toyota Camry inside? Someone did. What if someone were to design a car with safety features Taurus and Camry don't give you, like both driver and passenger side airbags standard, or an available integrated child safety seat? Someone did. And what if a prestigious magazine were to name this car Automobile of the Year? One of them did. Dodge Intrepid. This changes everything.
I work Saturdays and Sundays. It's not a job. It's a dedication. I don't think you can teach someone to tune. You just got to practice until it's natural, just like breathing. There seems something mystic about it. So much beauty comes out of music.
Mellon PSFS. You're why we do our very best.
Jim Lefever's Chicago lineup tonight will have Jose Vizcaino at shortstop leading off. Ryan Sandberg second base bats second. Mark Grace first base hitting third. Glenn Allen Hill in left field bats fourth. Sammy Sosa, the center fielder, will hit fifth. Steve Buechele at third base batting sixth. Rick Wilkins catching hitting seventh. Kevin Roberson, the right fielder, will bat eighth, and batting ninth and pitching Jose Bautista. That lineup facing Danny Jackson.
There you see Danny's record. He's 7 strikeouts per 9 innings, a little over 3 walks per 9 innings. And he has been a solid pitcher since the All-Star break.
Defensively behind Danny Jackson, it'll be Dave Hollins at third base. At shortstop, Kevin Stocker, Mariano Duncan at second, and John Kruk at first. Aaron Dalton catching. Milt Thompson in left, Lenny Dykstra in center, and Jim Eisenreich in right. Umpires tonight, Bill Hahn will call the balls and strikes. Larry Poncino at first base. Angel Hernandez at second, and Bob Davidson will umpire at third. Jose Vizcaino will lead it off. Vizcaino batting at .281. Hitting a little better left-handed than right-handed, the switch hitter. He has a 7-game hitting streak. Takes one right there for a called strike. One ball and one strike. Send along our very best to Chris Botto, student at St. Joe's University and Veterans Stadium security guard. Yell at home and watching the game. Chop, that's going to be trouble. That is trouble, no chance. A Baltimore chop hit, and the Cubs have had a few weird hits in this series that they have won the first 3 games of. Weirdest, another one.
Yeah, weirdest was Willie Wilson's last night, a Texas League single between the mound and second base that nobody could field. Dalton just had to wait for it, and no chance at all on getting Vizcaino.
Danny Jackson was played with Baltimore chop hits against Cincinnati in his last start. 3 of them. And he starts tonight the same way. Here's Ryne Sandberg hitting at 306.
Send our best along to Alex Verbo in Children's Hospital. Alex, a real sports fanatic. Wish him well.
Vizcaino at first base. Jackson goes over there. Fairly close play.
Good move by Jackson there. Vizcaino was not leaning, or he might have been in some trouble. A pretty decent lead.
One ball and no strikes to Sandberg. Ryan lifetime a .375 hitter against Danny Jackson. I'd like to send along our very best to Dan Hoover, who's been a Phillies fan since 1923. Dan's 102 years young, resident at Tell High Retirement Community in Honeybrook, Chester County. Dan, our very best to you. 1 ball and 1 strike to Sandberg.
Bill and Kay Wood celebrating 44 years of marriage on this September 9th.
Jackson, besides that regular move, has picked up Terry Mulholland's step-off pickoff move. He does not have the velocity on the throw to first that Mulholland does. Nobody does on that step-off move, but still, it's another look for Danny, which he has picked up from Terry this year. There's a hit to right field. Vizcaino will keep going. The throw is going to be late. And the Cubs have runners at first and third, and nobody out here in the first.
Good at bat by Sandberg with that runner on first. Took that outside slider. Hit it off the end of the bat, but semi-line drive into right.
Ryan only has 9 home runs, Whitey, in the games. The last several games we've played with the Cubs, he's getting a lot of hits to center and to right field. He's taking the ball the other way, and he's taking the ball up the middle. Doesn't look to be trying to pull everything. Won't hit as many home runs that way, but it's going to make him a lot better average hitter. 1 strike to Mark Grace.
Phillies have to keep out of another big inning. Jackson has to get an out. Infield is back.
Double play depth. They'd trade 2 outs for a run here in the first. 1 ball and 1 strike. And our very best for a speedy recovery and early birthday wishes to Harry Sobel of Lower Merion. Slider, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mark Grace.
Charles and Marie Tobin in Palmyra, New Jersey, married 60 years today, and it's also Charles' 86th birthday. Struck
him out. Big strikeout for Danny Jackson. That's one down here in the first, and it will bring on Glen Allen Hill.
You don't see Grace chase this kind of a pitch very often. That was way low and outside. A nasty slider.
He's the third toughest in the league to strike out, Mark Grace. Behind only perennial leaders in that department, Ozzie Smith and Tony Gwynn. Here's Glen Allen Hill. He's batting at .290. Since coming over from Cleveland, he's 9 for 31. 5 of his 9 hits have been homers. One strike. Sent along our best for a speedy recovery to Jim Nocito in the Frankfurt-Torresdale division hospital. Jim, the dad of marketing person here at Veterans Stadium, Debbie Nocito, who does a super job in the Phillies marketing department. Jim, our very best to you. Ball gets away from Dalton, and Sandberg will move up. It's 1-1 to Hill.
Might be a pass ball. I don't think it ever caught the dirt. It was low and inside. And Dutch has to stop that ball.
Ooh. Called it a wild pitch, but probably should have been a pass ball. At any rate, the runners are at second and third with one out. The Phillies will keep the infield back. Beats the ball foul, a ball and 2 strikes.
And our best along to Harry O'Shaughnessy, recovering from a recent operation.
And birthday wishes to Paul DeMarco of Hamilton, New Jersey, son of the Peach people, Medio and Nancy DeMarco in Hamilton. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Glen Allen Hill. Hill of Cleveland was hitting .224 in 66 games. He came over in the trade that sent Candy Maldonado to Cleveland.
Mildred Westover, 95 years old today in Moorestown, New Jersey.
Chops it foul down the first base side. Belated birthday wishes and speedy recovery from surgery to Arlene Figazzato.
And John Taylor's 82 in Springhouse, PA. Happy birthday to John.
Vizcaino at third, Sandberg at second with one out. It's 2-2 to Glen Allen Hill. Broke his bat on a little tap, and Hollins has only one play, and the ball and the runner get there at the same time. Kruk was shaken up as there was a mild collision with Hill. Coming in to score is Vizcaino. Another infield hit. This a broken bat hit, and Danny Jackson has been plagued by those.
Yeah, he made a good pitch. Hit him right on the fist. Hollins' throw got to Kruk about the same time the runner got there. I don't think Kruk ever got any leather on the ball.
I think it hit the runner.
Yeah. Looked like it went between his legs.
But it did stay in the infield at any rate. It'll be an infield single and a run batted in. And the batter will be Sammy Sosa. He pops a foul back and out of play. No balls and a strike to Sosa, who's hitting at .262. Tied for fourth in the league in homers with 31. He's knocked in 81. That ball foul, 0-2. Jack and Betty Steed, anniversary wishes from Mom and Dad. Our best wishes for a speedy recovery to Bunny Adamson of Summers Point, New Jersey, from husband Al and from Bunny's family and from us. Cubs are on the board, leading 1-0 here in the first. Runners at first and third and one out. Swing and a drive into shallow left. It's going to drop for a hit. Sandberg will score. The Cubs have 2 on the board here in the first. Again, not a hard hit ball as Jackson semi-jammed Sosa, but he slung it into left for a hit.
I think Sosa broke his bat on that. And Jackson's throwing very well, but he's not getting very good results. That hit Sosa's bat around the trademark. Well, you make some good pitches sometimes, and you still get hurt.
2 runs across, runners at first and second, 1 out here in the first.
The only solid hit in this inning was Sandberg's one to right field.
One ball and no strikes to Steve Buechele. Buechele lifetime just 1 for 14 against Danny Jackson.
Cubs have really bunched. Whatever they've done in this series, they've bunched it. They have 4 singles in this inning, sandwiched by that strikeout to Grace.
Delayed strike call, 1 ball and 1 strike. Our best for a speedy recovery to Kurt Syvac of Norwood. On the inside corner. One ball and 2 strikes to Buechele. Struck him out. That's the second strikeout in the inning for Jackson. 2 down, and it'll bring up Rick Wilkins. Wilkins batting at .290. 10th in the league in homers with 26.
That nasty slider that got down and in there, and Buechele chased it. That slider really has a bite on it tonight.
On the inside corner, 1 strike. Birthday wishes to June Foster in Reading, June 64. Watches all of our games. She and husband Walter just celebrated their 45th anniversary. One ball and 1 strike. Slider outside. It's 2-1. Glenn Allen Hill at second. Sammy Sosa at first. 2 outs. 2 runs in. Beats that ball foul. It's 2-2. Belated birthday wishes to Carl Hilton in Ephrata from his wife Mary and stepsons Jason, Joel, and Justin, and from us. Fouls it. Still 2-2 to Rick Wilkins. Slider missing. Full count to Wilkins. Kevin Roberson due up next. Just out of the glove of Darren Dalton. He still has life, and it's still 3-2. Bouncing ball, and that is foul. Still 3-2 to Wilkerson. Rather to Wilkins, excuse me. Hill at second base and Sosa at first. Fly ball into left center field. Lenny Dykstra has a bead on it. Ball carried pretty well all the way out to the rim of the warning track, but that will retire the side. Cubs, though, scored 2 in the inning. They get it on 4 hits. No Philly errors and 2 men left. The end of one half, Chicago 2, and the Phils coming to bat.
People, man, are they different. In Germany, they don't like what they like in France. And in England, they don't like what they like in Germany. In Spain, they run in front of bowls. In Greece, they smash plates. Italians speak the same language 40 different ways. And the French love Jerry Lewis. Nobody likes the same thing. So how come so many people love Volkswagen? Germany, France, England, Sweden, Japan, Finland. The new Golf is the best-selling car in the world. The new Jetta? The first German road car people can afford. Do these people know something that we don't? Well, I'm no expert, but it seems to me, people who want quality, safety, people who want excitement, find it in the new Volkswagens. Hey, maybe people aren't that different after all. The new Volkswagens, the most loved cars in the world.
You'll get a great-looking Phillies poster free, compliments of Acme, plus plenty of fun surprises when the Phillies play the Braves on Fan Appreciation Day, Sunday, September 26th at 1:35. Reserve your tickets now. Call 463-1000.
Jim Pregosi's lineup for the Phillies tonight has Lenny Dykstra, center fielder, leading off. Mariano Duncan, second base, bats second. John Kruk at first base, hitting third. Dave Hollins, the third baseman, bats fourth. Darren Dalton catching, hitting fifth. Jim Eisenreich in right field, bats sixth. Milt Thompson, the left fielder, hitting seventh. Kevin Stocker at shortstop, bats eighth. And batting ninth and pitching Danny Jackson. That lineup facing Jose Bautista.
Yeah, he doesn't strike out a whole lot. A little over 5 per 9 innings. Pretty good control. A little over 2 walks per 9 innings. But that ERA is impressive, 2.35.
Defensively behind Bautista, Steve Buechele at third, Jose Vizcaino at short, Ryan Sandberg at second, and Mark Grace at first. Rick Wilkins catching in the outfield from left to right, Glenn Allen Hill in left, Sammy Sosa in center, and Kevin Roberson in right. Lenny Dykstra will lead off for the Phils. Dykstra hitting at .303, leads the league in runs with 126, leads the league in walks with 115. Fourth in the league in on-base percentage. He also leads the league in at-bats. It's very hard to lead the league in both at-bats and in walks. Only one player in Major League history has done that. That back in 1916 for the St. Louis Browns.
Bert Schotten.
Bert Schotten. There's a base hit. Jumped on the first pitch and just slams it into right for a hit. So Lenny is a leadoff base runner for Mariano Duncan.
Jumped on that first fastball, out and over the plate a little, but Lenny really rolled those wrists.
Mariano Duncan hitting at .283, has a 9-game hitting streak going for him, hitting .429 in the last 9. Bautista keeping an eye on Dykstra. He's among the league leaders in steals with 35. He's been thrown out 9 times. One strike to Duncan. Birthday wishes to Sister Therese Letty, Resurrection Convent in Philadelphia. Resurrection nuns are here. Sister Therese and fellow nuns here at the ballpark tonight. Watching in a super box.
Duncan almost got drilled in the head with that ball. So far inside and high that Wilkins couldn't come down with it. Woo.
Oh, that was right at his face. Duncan's probably faced Bautista in winter ball, both from the Dominican Republic. Bautista was signed originally as a non-drafted free agent by the New York Mets, and he was drafted by Baltimore, loaned to Texas, signed by Kansas City in the winter of '91, signed by Iowa, Cubs AAA Farm Club in '92. One ball and one strike to Mariano Duncan. Well, he was hit with a foul ball in the top half of the first inning, and the fans giving her applause. She is walking out under her own power, and we certainly hope she's okay. Good news is she's walking off under her own power. And Rita Lyons down in the first aid station will take good care of her. Let's pause for station identification on the Phillies television network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV, Philadelphia.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Duncan. Lenny Dykstra at second base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Cubs got 2 in the top half. Duncan thought he got a piece of that ball and was out of Wilkins' glove, but Bill Hahn saying no. And Duncan is a strikeout victim.
That off-speed pitch he throws. No, it didn't look like Duncan tipped that, did it?
No, it didn't look like he got a piece of it. Brings on John Kruk. Rucker hitting at .323. 13 homers. He's knocked in 73. He's second in the league in on-base percentage. Speaking of Rita Lyons at the first aid station, she and husband Bill celebrated their 37th anniversary yesterday. Kruk fouls it back and out of play.
Tony Longmire, one of the new young hitters just brought up.
Todd Pratt, the Phillies dugout. Kruk's in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Dykstra at second base. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. In the dirt, a good catch by Wilkins.
It's either a split finger or a fork ball. See hitters going after early pitches against Bautista, so they don't have to swing at that pitch.
It's like he has it in a split finger grip.
Yeah.
A little bit wide. It's 2-2.
That was a decoy because he threw a fastball. Pitchers do that. You know, they hold that ball out there thinking hitters are seeing it and reading the pitch and then throw something else.
It's just his 4th start, Bautista. He's been in 51 games out of the bullpen. High. Full count to Kruk. Kruk's 4th in the league in walks. He has 101 of them. Phillies the only team in National League history with 3 players with 100 or more walks. That man Dykstra, Krucker, and Dalton. Line drive, it's speared by Vizcaino. Kruk hit it on the nose, but at Vizcaino for out number 2. And it will bring on Dave Hollins.
That's tough luck when you hit a pitch this hard. He hit it. He was right on it. Drilled it.
And it will bring on Dave Hollins. Hollins hitting at 274. Hitting .335 right hand, .239 left hand. Gets through Wilkins, and Dykstra moves up to third on a wild pitch. And Bautista here in the first inning has uncorked a couple of wild pitches.
That's a ball low. I think that should have been caught also. That last pitch Wilkins got leather on, didn't handle it. It was low and inside, but I think he should have caught it. See, that didn't even reach the dirt. It's got under the mitt.
And he misses with that one. It's 3-0. Darren Dalton waits on deck.
He could get a green light.
Yeah, Jim Fregosi is very liberal with the 3-0 lights. Hollins takes it. Borderline. 3-1. Hollins is aboard. He's walked 89 times. He's among the league leaders. No, excuse me, he's walked 69 times. Philly runners are at first and third. 2 outs for Darren Dalton, who's hitting at .255. Philly runners first and third. 2 outs. Phil's trailing 2-0. At the knees for a strike to Darren Dalton. Dutch still third in the league in RBIs, 94. He hasn't had one in a while. David Justice now leads the league in runs batted in with 104. Barry Bonds has 102.
That pitch is a little low there. Dalton thought the first one was low. The first one was borderline. The second one was low. You'll see where Wilkins catches that. And that's down there under the knees.
Yeah. No balls and 2 strikes to Dalton. Driven into deep right center, and Sosa can't get it. One hopping off the fence. 2 runs are going to score. A 2-run double for Darren Dalton, and this game is tied at 2-2. RBIs number 95 and 96 for Dutch.
You gave him the reverse black cat, Harry, with those 2 RBIs. That was a 2-strike pitch. Down and away, and Dalton really went down after it. Ball was close to getting caught out there.
If that ball would have been caught, the Phillies would have known they were snake bit in this series, because the Phils have hit the ball hard here in the first inning. The Cubs really didn't in scoring their 2 runs. A couple of broken bat hits. But Sosa, or rather Roberson, just could not catch up to it, the right fielder. And Dalton now with 96 runs batted in. Dykstra scores his 127th run. And when Lenny scores a run, that's usually good news for the Phils.
It's a big 2-out hit.
Brings on Jim Eisenreich. Eyes hitting at .337. Lost an 11-game hitting streak last night. He only had 1 at bat to try to keep it going. He came in late in the game. One ball and 1 strike. Bouncing ball to Ryan Sandberg. Phillies are retired, but not before tying it on a 2-run double by Dalton. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. After 1, 2-2.
It's often taken for granted, yet it's as precious as the very air we breathe. It's called freedom. And it's what inspired Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield to create the new Personal Choice, a health plan that offers people the low costs of an HMO without asking them to give up what they value most, their freedom. Personal Choice, the health plan that controls costs, not people.
Don't you have anything to fit me?
No offense, Mr. Jones, but you are a little on the small side.
I need more choices.
Harry, give me those genuine yellow pages. Look, choices. Italian, Greek, Chinese. You want more?
Those are restaurants.
That's right. You put some meat on those bones and come back and see us.
9 out of 10 use it.
Mr. Matterhorn!
The genuine Bella, Pennsylvania yellow pages from Bell Atlantic.
Are you losing weight?
Without an opposable thumb, a species cannot create. It cannot advance. It cannot organize. It cannot snack. Therefore, they get no nachos. Presenting a new order of nachos from Taco Bell. Cheesy. New beefy. And the most evolved nacho, Nacho Supreme with sour cream. Taco Bell nachos. It's cool to be human.
After 1 inning of play, it's the Phillies 2 and the Cubs 2. Upcoming telecasts of Phillies baseball include Friday and Saturday night's games with the Houston Astros. Both games can be seen on Prism beginning at 7:30 tomorrow and 7 o'clock on Saturday night. Kevin Roberson, the right fielder, will lead it off. Roberson was hitting .304 at Iowa prior to his call-up. He's batting .197 for the Cubs. He's hit 8 home runs since joining the Cubs. He's a power hitter, although 7 of his 8 home runs have come from the left side. He's a switch hitter, hitting just .128 right-handed. fouls it, backing out of play. One strike to Roberson. Slider is on the inside corner, 0-2. Beats that ball foul down the first base side. No balls and 2 strikes to Kevin Roberson. Ruben Amaro and Jeff Maddow at the end of the Phillies dugout. Jeff from Bristol, PA, the International League Player of the Month for the month of August. Just close. Missing. Fouls that one back and out of play. Houston will be here tomorrow. Jeff Bagwell, Craig Biggio. That's hit sharply into the Phillies dugout. Just missing again with a slider. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Phillies dugout getting on Bill Hahn a little bit. Those are close to that inside corner. Sometimes you hope to get that call. Ooh.
Way low and inside, a full count. Three and 2 to Roberson. Tommy Green ready for the next foul ball into the dugout, but there isn't a foul ball. That's a line drive hit to left field. So Roberson will lead off base runner. That's 5 hits given up by Danny Jackson. Only 2 of them have been solid, but nonetheless 5 hits.
That's 3-2 slider, and he was right on it.
Pitcher Jose Bautista will be up there to try to bunt him along. Gets the bunt down to Kruk. Kruk will take the out at first. Sacrifice good by Bautista. Kruk to Duncan for out number 1. And it will bring up Jose Vizcaino. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Phillies, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Phillies. Vizcaino got a Baltimore chop infield hit his first time up and scored a run. He gets jammed again and taps it to Stocker, who'll have to hurry. He got him. On the play, Roberson moves to third, and it will bring up Ryne Sandberg, who singled to right his first time up.
Danny Jackson is really getting into the hitter's kitchen.
Yeah, jamming a lot of hitters. Slider for a called strike. Fouled in and out of Dalton's glove. No balls and 2 strikes. Oakland is leading Toronto again 1-0 in the 5th inning.
It's really a race in that division.
Toronto by a half over the Yankees, by 1 over Baltimore. 1-2. Neither Baltimore nor the Yankees are scheduled tonight. Struck him out, and that'll retire the side. Third strikeout for Jackson. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. We're tied 2-2.
Darren Dalton and the Phillies go stargazing as they focus in on the Houston Astros Sunday on PHL 17. Jeff Bagwell and the Astros are looking to finish the season off flying high. But Lenny Dykstra and the Fighting Phils are going to have these Astros lost in space. It's the Phillies and the Astros Sunday at 1:30 following the pregame show at 1, only on PHL 17.
We play the Phillies on 17.
Phils Astros Sunday at 1:30.
Now appearing, a well-equipped Dodge Shadow for around $10,000. Spirit, the lowest-priced 6-passenger car out there, around $12,100. Or own a Caravan, including air at no extra charge for under $15,100.
Hi, I'm Neil Hartman. Budweiser and the Phillies want to send you and a guest to the World Series. Right now, be the 8th caller to 1-800-432-1745. And you'll win a Budweiser sports bag and a replica Phillies cap. All winners then qualify for the grand prize, an all-expense-paid trip to the first 2 games of the World Series in the host American League City. So call now and pack your bags, because with a little luck, you could be on your way to the first 2 games of the World Series. Compliments of Budweiser.
For your enjoyment and safety, American Express asked me to show you what to do when you get a card application in the mail. Grasp the envelope firmly, fill out the application, place the return envelope squarely in the mailbox, and return to your prior activity.
Mel Thompson fouls off the first pitch here in the bottom of the second. Thompson hitting at .262. 2-2 ball game in the second inning. That's bounced right back through the middle for a base hit for Thompson. He's a leadoff base runner for Kevin Stocker. Well, this Sunday when the Phillies take on the Houston Astros, it'll be Backpack Day, a perfect back-to-school gift for all youngsters 14 and under. A red backpack with a Phillies logo, compliments of Campbell's Soups. Plan to be on hand, the Phils and the Astros on Sunday. For tickets, call 463-1000 or stop by any one of the many local Ticketmaster outlets. Kevin Stocker is batting at .343. He just continues to get his hits. You keep waiting for young Stocker to kind of tail off, but he doesn't.
This is where he likes to try to beat out a bunt once in a while.
Just missing a little bit wide for a ball. 1-0. Birthday wishes tonight to Eileen Nichols, wife of Jim Nichols, Phillies supervisor, here at the ballpark. Two balls and no strikes to Stocker. Three balls and no strikes to Stocker.
Well, he doesn't want to walk Stocker with Danny Jackson coming up. That would put Jackson in a good bunt situation. But he's 3-0. Stocker will look at least 1. Maybe 2 if he has to.
He only has to look at 1. He walked him on 4 pitches. Second walk given up by Bautista. That'll bring up Danny Jackson. Jackson has been a good bunter. He has 12 sacrifices already this year. Jim Lefevre now is going to come out. Tom Treblehorn on the bullpen phone. They're going to get activity. Bautista getting this start in place of Frank Castillo, who's been roughed up lately.
Cubs are having fun in this series. You know, all they can do now is play the role of spoiler, and they've certainly done it here in Veterans Stadium.
Speaking of Castillo, he is up in the bullpen. Cubs right now are going over their strategy for this bunt attempt by Danny Jackson, whether they're going to put on a rotation play or play it straight. Milt Thompson is a good base runner at second base, and Stocker also at first base. And we'll see if they play it straight here. Bautista will have third base responsibility, and Buechele will stay at home. Or whether they rotate.
They don't really rotate here.
Yeah, they
there
do.
They go. Oh,
full swing. That infield's open when you have a rotation play.
Was it open? Whole left side was open.
Yeah. When you put on the rotation play, Phillies pitchers can slug bunt, and Jackson obviously. I mean, they are given that option if they see the defense doing what the Cubs did, and Jackson saw it, but fouled it off. They fake it this time, and the bunt is down, but Bautista gets the out at third. Ball butted too close to the pitcher, Bautista. Stocker at second base, Jackson at first on a fielder's choice, and Thompson is forced at third for out number one.
Yeah, he got good wood on that bunt. Right to the pitcher.
It'll bring up Lenny Dykstra. He singled and scored a run his first time up. Well, he drove in 3 runs in last night's game, but did not score a run. No balls and a strike to Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra does not score a run. The Phillies' record is 7 under 500, 23 and 30. When he scores 1 run, it's 10 over 500. 2 runs, it's 20 over 500. Flares it. Just barely foul. That was close.
And that had to just miss.
One ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. Ooh.
Oh. I tell you. Guess that didn't get any chalk at all, huh?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I think that hit right on the chalk line. Sure looked like it, didn't it? Huh?
Well, you can see some ball to the left of that chalk line, but
2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it is again. Ooh.
I think it was foul.
Just barely. Gotta have good eyes to make that call. Towering drive deep right. Fair or foul? It is a fair ball. Out of here. Home run the dude. And the Phillies now lead it 5-2 here in the second. Number 17 for Lenny Dykstra.
Well, I guess he didn't mope. He didn't mope around on the ball that just missed the chalk line. The next pitch, or the second pitch, he just knocked it right out of the ballpark. The most home runs he's hit in a season, 17.
55 RBIs. He's homing in on his all-time RBI best 2 in a season. He knocked in 60 for the Mets. 1 strike to Duncan. Phillies on top 5-2. Two strikes to Duncan. Lenny had 60 RBIs, excuse me, for the Phillies. That's his high in 1990. There's a base hit, poked into right field. Duncan's kept the hitting streak going. He's hit safely in 10 straight. And the Phillies have jumped on Bautista here. Here's the pitch to Dykstra.
Here's Dykstra's home run. Up and right over the middle of the plate, and he's a strong little guy. Jim Lefebvre making the pitching change.
It'll be Frank Castillo, who was originally listed as the starter for this 4th game of the series, but he'll come in out of the bullpen, and Bautista an early shower here. Pitching change for the Cubs. We're in the 2nd. Phillies lead at 5-2 back after these messages.
People, man, are they different. What they like in Spain isn't what they like in France. Nobody likes the same thing. So how come so many people love Volkswagen? Germany, France, England, Sweden, Finland, Japan. The new Golf is the best-selling car in the world. The new Jet is loved everywhere. You know, maybe people aren't that different after all. The new Volkswagens, the most loved cars in the world.
It's like having a Phillies ticket window come right to your home. Call 463-1000 and reserve your tickets in advance. No rushing, no waiting, no hassle. 463-1000. It's like having a Phillies ticket window right in your home.
Frank Castillo is the new pitcher. This is just his 2nd career relief appearance. He's been a starter. He had another relief outing this year. He's won 5, lost 8. He has a 4.78 ERA. In 137 innings, he's given up 157 hits and 73 earned runs, 81 strikeouts, 38 walks. That's a good changeup. He's given up quite a few home runs, 19 homers. Phillies have hit a few of those. Dykstra has hit 2 off him this year. Dalton's hit 1. Kruk has hit 2 off him this year. The Phillies have hit 5 homers off Castillo this year. Make that 6. Hollins has also hit 1.
Pitches a lot like the guy he's replacing, Bautista. Almost the same tight pitches.
John Kruk, the first one to face him. Kruk lifetime against Castillo is 7 for 16, 3 of them homers. So Duncan at first base, 1 out. Phillies lead 5-2 here in the 2nd. Another game without being shut out for the Phils. Boosts the National League record to 156. The ball high to left field. It'll stay in the yard. Glenn Allen Hill backtracking, makes the catch. Kruk is out. Might have been out at Wrigley on a windy day.
Well, I tell you, he had a good pitch to hit. He got under it. Had the good part of the bat on the ball. Good swing.
Brings on Dave Hollins. He walked and scored a run his first time up. Mariano Duncan at first base with 2 outs. Duncan has not been stealing bases like he did last year. He stole 23 last year. Was thrown out just 3 times. He's stolen 6 this year and has been thrown out 4 times. One strike to Hollins. Frank Castillo, 24 years old. He's from El Paso, Texas. 6th round draft pick by the Cubs in the June '87 draft. In the dirt, blocked by Wilkins. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dystra's home run has tied the Phillies for the league lead in homers with San Francisco and Atlanta. 146. Base hit past Sandberg into right field, juggled by Sosa. Duncan will go to third. That'll be a hit and an error on Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa is second in the league in assists. He's made a couple of errors in this series.
Made a costly one in Wrigley Field last week, too. Trying to field a slowly hit ball with his bare hand and slipped by him.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's Roberson.
Roberson, yeah. Sosa's in the left, or center.
Kevin Roberson getting the error. Here's Darren Dalton with runners at first and third and 2 outs. He came up in the first inning with runners at first and third and 2 outs. And knocked in 2 runs with a double. Pulled by the changeup. Cubs play him deep and well around to the right to pull. In the outfield, Sosa deep in center, Roberson deep in right, as you can see. He just pokes it into left for a base hit. Duncan scores. Hollins heading for third. The ball cut off. Boy, Hollins first to thirds on every hit to the outfield, and Dalton has knocked in his 3rd run of the game. We're only in the 2nd. It's 6-2 Phillies.
That right off the end of the bat. This Caino, the shortstop, was playing him as a dead pull hitter, almost over there behind second. I tell you, Hollins, I thought maybe was a little too aggressive there, but I think he was going to make it anyway.
He never gets thrown out at third, or hardly ever. He's as good as there is in the game at going from first to third on a hit to the outfield. Here's Jim Eisenreich. Takes the off-speed pitch for a strike. Phillies have batted around here in the 2nd and lead it 6-2. That's in the hole. That's a hit to left field. Hollins scores. Phillies lead it 7-2. Eisenreich knocks in his 50th.
That's nice hitting by Eisenreich. He took a pitch out away from him and just slapped it in that hole. Here's the guy that started the inning with a single.
Milt Thompson. One ball and no strikes. Phillies now with the 7 runs tonight have scored 782 runs. They have scored 77 more runs than their nearest competitor in runs scored in the league, San Francisco. Giants have scored 705. Two balls and no strikes. 3-0. Kevin Stocker due up next. On the inside corner for a strike, it's 3-1. Right back through the middle. It's tipped by Castillo, though, and the tip by Castillo to Vizcaíno. And Thompson is out to retire the side. Castillo getting a leather on that ball, saved another hit, but the Phillies have a big inning. 5 runs in the inning. 6 hits, including a 3-run homer by Dykstra, 1 error, 2 men left. After 2, 7-2 Phils.
We thought we'd been everywhere, seen everything. We were wrong.
We're back to the bone. We're back to the bone.
These guys were weird, and we liked it. Later, they took us to the Tower of Bud. Brother, tomorrow we ride again.
Iron Mike on rust.
I hate rust.
Iron Mike on tough.
This is tough. Rust tough. This is rust. Oleum? The dictionary defines tough as strong, not easily influenced, like me. The definition of oleum is, we sprayed this rusty metal plate with fast-drying rust tough, exposed the rusted metal, then placed it in the Porter salt fog chamber. The rust didn't spread, it stayed tough. You want tough? What do you want? Oleum. Got rust? Get tough. Rust tough.
Ah, the signs of summer. They're all around us. Now there's a new one. The Oldsmobile Summer of Savings. It means it's the best time of the year to buy a new Olds. Like this loaded Cutlass Sierra Special Edition. It was $16,174, now only $13,995. You'll find Oldsmobile Summer of Savings prices just as exciting on every new Olds in stock. Look for the new sign of summer that says it's the best time ever to buy a new Olds.
It's a free back-to-school backpack, compliments of Campbell Soup, when the Phillies play the Houston Astros Sunday, September 12th at 1:35. Backpack, baseball, and the Broad Street Bombers. All right. Call 463-1000 now.
Our trivia question of the night is brought to you by Roy Rogers, that one-of-a-kind place with that one-of-a-kind taste. Can you name the player who drove in 170 runs in one season but did not win the RBI title?
There's a line on Batista.
Mark Grace leads it off. Ground ball, second base. Mariano Duncan throws Grace out. 1 out on 1 pitch. And it will bring on Glenn Allen Hill. He got an infield single and a run batted in his first time up. Well, the final home game of the season is Fan Appreciation Day. Always a great day at the ballpark, and Bobby Cox's Braves will be in. The day is full of surprises and prizes. All fans receive a great-looking poster to commemorate the memorable season. Compliments of Acme. That's September 26, 1:35 against Atlanta. Plan to come out and let the Phils say thanks to you great fans. Order your tickets by calling 463-1000 or stop by the Center City ticket office at Mellon PSFS Broad and Chestnut Streets. And the great Dudo Dowd, and we'll take care of your ticket needs. 1 ball and no strikes to Glenn Allen Hill. Back through the middle. That'll be a base hit, his second. And hit number 6 for the Cubs off Jackson. It'll bring up Sammy Sosa. He singled his first time up. Cubs move from here to New York for a weekend series with the Mets. And the Phils will be entertaining the Houston Astros. Pitch down and in for a ball, 1-0. Astros have an off day today, and
they're playing good ball, but they're starting too late.
They have to be pumped after the no-hitter last night by Darryl Kyle. He's a good-looking pitcher, that Kyle. Our hitters were really impressed with his stuff. Could be two, although Sosa runs well. They still turn the double play, and they did it very nicely. Stocker to Duncan to Kruk, a twin killing, and that retires the Cubs in the third. No runs, a hit. No errors, and none left. We go to the bottom of the third. Phillies lead Chicago 7-2.
Both of these fighters have been called the best in the world. After they fight, only one will be. The fight, Whitaker versus Chavez, this weekend, live on pay-per-view.
This is the new Infinity Q45. Now, pretend this is acid rain. Pollution. Infinity developed a revolutionary paint finish that resists these hazards. It even resists hairline scratches that cause dullness. I can't explain the process, but they'd be happy to at your Infinity showroom. From start to finish.
Lease one of the world's most advanced automobiles, now at a very special rate for a limited time.
Soon, you'll hear it. The best long-distance service is about to get even better. It's a breakthrough from AT&T Bell Labs, and it makes AT&T sound quality dramatically superior to any other long-distance company. So much clearer, closer, and more natural. Even 8 out of 10 people who don't have AT&T prefer it. AT&T True Voice, coming in the months ahead, free. Just another part of the iPlan.
Need a new muffler? Remember, now more than ever at Meineke, you're not going to pay a lot, but you'll get a lot. I guarantee you.
You'll never know where he'll strike. Michael Dudikoff, Cobra.
Sundays at 6, beginning September 19th on PHL 17.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Budweiser. Fresh, pure, natural, proud to be your Bud. By Bell Atlantic Mobile, advanced technology and people who make it mean something. And by your local Quality Plus Ford dealer. Now's the time to save big on the best-selling cars and trucks in America during our Ford dealers model year-end clearance. Kevin Stocker leads it off for the Phillies here in the third. He walked and scored a run his first time up. Facing Frank Castillo. Castillo coming on in the second for starter Jose Bautista. Up in the box to bunt, takes it wide for a ball, 1-0. Loops a foul out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kevin Stocker. Smothers the ball, just foul down the first base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mark Grace won a Gold Glove last year, his first, but he's been a brilliant defensive first baseman over the years. Will Clark always seeming to win them. But Grace will take a back seat at first base defensively to no one in the league.
He's a guy with not a lot of speed, but he's quick. You know, he has those quick first moves to the ball. Anticipates very well.
Stocker continues to get hit by pitch balls. Now, you know pitchers don't want to do that, to lead off an inning by putting the 8-hole hitter on. It's got to be frustrating for Kevin Stocker because, you know, he hasn't been up all that much. And let's see how many pitch balls he's been hit by. That's 7. Seventh, he leads the Phillies in being plunked by pitches. 7.
Has no chance of getting out of the way of that either, because it's right at his backside.
Incaviglia has been hit 6 times, but Stocker now has been hit 7 times. Danny Jackson around to bunt takes the strike. Dave Hollins,
PTA professional,
last year in being hit by pitches 19 times. Hollins has only been hit 5 times this year.
Advantage Point Racket and Fitness is...
Gets the bunt down, but it's hard, and Grace will go to second. They get 1. They don't get the double play. So Jackson bunts it too hard. He's at first on a fielder's choice. Grace to Vizcaino for the out on Stocker, 1 down. It'll bring up Lenny Dykstra.
Twice now, Jackson has bunted the ball too hard. But he did really hustle down the line there to beat the relay throw.
So he's at first base with 1 out for Lenny Dykstra, who has singled and homered. He's knocked in 3, and he has scored 2. He's facing Castillo for the first time. Dykstra against Castillo lifetime. 5 for 9, 2 homers. Pops a foul, third base side, out of play.
Technical people here.
Pitching matchups for the Houston series starting tomorrow night. Kurt Schilling against Greg Swindell tomorrow. Mike Williams will pitch on Saturday night for the Phils against Portugal. Then Ben Rivera and Pete Harnish on Sunday.
The Phillies are going to face some strong pitching this weekend.
Yep.
And Pete Incaviglia will not be ready tomorrow night to face Swindell, I don't think.
Well, I don't know. Jim Fregosi said before the game Incaviglia would be available to pinch hit tonight and possibly play tomorrow. Originally was thought he'd be out about 4 or 5 days, but even last night Incaviglia said no way. Maybe 2, maybe only 1. That's well hit. That might be. It could be. It is out of here. Home run, the dude. His second home run in as many at-bats. He is now 3 for 3. 4 runs batted in, 3 runs scored.
How about 5 runs batted in?
That is correct. 5 runs batted in. Lenny's 18th home run of the year. Boy, he really has Castillo's number. That's now 6 for 10 off this right-hander, including 3 homers.
That pitch was out over the plate. Lenny got fully extended. Looks like the hitters have taken over this little slump the Phillies have been in.
9-2 Phils. The fans are clamoring for Dude to come out of the dugout. He has not popped his head out as yet, so Mariano Duncan gets into the batter's box. There's a warning. Oh, he's thrown out, and Duncan now charges and goes after Castillo as Duncan was thrown at, and now we have a major incident here after the pitch thrown to Mariano Duncan.
Now you hope nobody gets hurt in all that messing around out there. Duncan was at the bottom of the pile.
Kurt Schilling at the bottom of the pile with Rick Wilkins along with Tommy Green. Dave Hollins, of course, always in the middle, as is Darren Dalton. But Mariano Duncan was low-bridged his first at-bat by Bautista, and then he got knocked out in the second at-bat.
Making...
There's Irish Mike Ryan. He's not supposed to be there, is he?
No, he's under orders from the league to stay out of fights. He ran all the way in from the bullpen.
Well, he was a peacemaker. He's a peacemaker at this rate. Mariano Duncan.
You know, I don't think that was a knockdown pitch. It was a slider. You know, you don't knock hitters down with your slider. Now, Duncan had really got low bridge his first time up, and I think that was his reaction. You know, the guy ahead of him just hit a 2-run homer, and it was a slider up and in. Bill Hahn, the plate umpire, threw somebody out.
Castillo immediately. They don't have to wait. They don't have to give warnings anymore. If, in the opinion of the umpire, that a pitcher is throwing at a hitter, they can kick him out right now. No warnings necessary, and he did that. Castillo is out of there.
That fight got Lenny out of the dugout anyway.
Castillo must have taken one from Duncan or somebody. He's got a little bit of a bloody lip. But Castillo is gone for the night. We'll have a new pitcher for the Cubs.
I'd almost bet you that Duncan is thrown out, too.
Mentioned the 2 home runs in a game by Dykstra ties his career high. The other time he did it was May 23rd, 1987 versus the Dodgers. 5 RBI in a game is a career high.
5 RBI in a game for the dude, a career high for him.
July 20th, 87. At Montreal, September 16th, 87. It's also the 6th time this season.
All right, here's... Now, I don't think that was a breaking ball. That was a fastball. Here comes Duncan.
Whoa, he missed that first one.
Somebody got Castillo, but I don't know as it was Duncan. Probably Davey Hollins. There's Hollins.
They got Castillo on the bottom of that pile, and
Hollins is always the first one out, right in the middle of the pile, and always down at the bottom of the pile.
Players who have 2 home runs in a game. It's been done 12 times this season by 6 different players.
Mariano is flailing away, but Wilkins gets him down. Now, here's Boa, but look at that. There's number 15. Right hit on the bottom. Dave Hollins.
You got Mark Grace with John Kruk in a bear hug, just trying to keep him out of it.
Jim Fregosi and Darren Dalton just trying to pull bodies apart. Not trying to...
Dalton got Grace out of there. Now he's...
There's Dave Hollins. Mr. Intensity, right in on the middle of it. Terry Mulholland is in there.
Eric May and Dalton in a little bear hug there. They're not really at each other. They're just trying to keep them out. Wes. Mike. Irish in there again.
Chuck McElroy will be the new pitcher. Duncan evidently has not been ejected. He's still in the dugout. Only Castillo is gone.
Well, Morandini's coming in. Duncan, I think, is out of there. You know, he just had a ball on him.
We have a pitching change for the Cubs. We're in the third. A wild and woolly one. 9-2. Phil's back after these messages.
This is the new Infiniti Q45. Now, pretend this is acid rain. Pollution. Infiniti developed a revolutionary paint finish that resists these hazards. It even resists hairline scratches that cause dullness. I can't explain the process, but they'd be happy to at your Infiniti showroom. From start to finish.
Lease one of the world's most advanced automobiles, now at a very special rate for a limited time. Making it to the pros takes a certain level of excellence, the experience to get the job done right, and a reputation for quality. Like top-quality belts from Gates, the one thing people overlook most on their cars is the belts. Remember to have your belts checked regularly, and insist on quality Gates belts from CarQuest. So for the best possible performance, install what the pros install. CarQuest. Welcome to the pros.
So Chuck McElroy is the new Cubs pitcher. McElroy in his 43rd game, 2-2, a 4.89 ERA. And Mickey Morandini will come up to hit for Mariano Duncan, who has been ejected from the game. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Bouncing ball to Mark Grace. He'll make the play himself. That's out number 2 in the inning, and it will bring up John Kruk. Kruk's lined out to short and flying to deep left.
That out is Morandini's out. He went up there with just a 1-ball count.
Kruk misses the breaking ball. No balls and 1 strike. Phil's lead 9-2 here in the 3rd. One ball and 1 strike. Fly ball left field. Glenn Allen Hill there, and that will retire the side. But the Phils score 2 more on Dykstra's 2-run homer. 1 hit, no errors, and none left. Chris Wheeler joins Rich Ashford in the 4th at the end of 3. Phillies well up on the Cubs 9-2.
A jillion miles outside of the hood. The bus got a flat. Got no jack. Homie's got to cut his grass. What's up?
4.5. 4.5 here down. 5 600. Sold.
The man's round sales, but he's got no beat. Pardon me.
That was there. Huh?
Yo, MC Cow Seller. Fresh.
Ford dealers know some problems can't be diagnosed in the shop, so they have a unique traveling companion, the Portable Vehicle Analyzer. It records engine data in ways no human eyes and ears can. Then it tells us what's wrong, so it can be serviced right, the first time. Quality Care, where the quality continues.
For quality service or to test drive one of the best-selling cars and trucks in America, see your local Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
All right. Name the fast food restaurant that serves burgers and fried chicken.
Roy's. It's Roy's. Where do they get these people?
For a limited time at Roy Rogers, $1.99 gets you a quarter-pound hamburger with regular fries or a 2-piece chicken with cornbread.
I'll take underwater farming for 50.
I'll take Roy's for $1.99.
The rest of the homestand, Houston Astros in tomorrow night, a 7:35 start. Saturday night, 7:05 start. Sunday, 1:35, and that's Backpack Day here at the ballpark, a very popular promotion. So make plans to come out. Order your tickets easily by phone. Just call 463-1000 or stop by any one of the many local Ticketmaster locations. Houston in for the weekend. As Chris Wheeler joins us here in the top of the 4th, Phillies lead it 9-2 in kind of a wild and woolly one. Steve Buechele leads off. He struck out his first time up.
I missed the first 3. Anything happen? That was wild.
Called it a swing. 1-1 to count to Buechele. Sitting at 260. Buechele, Wilkins, Roberson to face Danny Jackson. Inside, 2-1 the count. Didn't look like anybody really got hurt in that scuffle out there.
Except Castillo was bleeding when he came off from the mouth. He must have gotten cut around the lip or something. That was, you could feel that one coming. I mean, as soon as that ball dusted Duncan after he stood there all that time.
Yeah, I think he was reacting also from the first time up when he really got low bridge. There's a shot to right center. Buechele will get a double. A leadoff double here in the fourth for Steve Buechele. He's had a pretty good series. Let's pause for station identification on the Phillies television network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV, Philadelphia.
Catcher Rick Wilkins, the batter. Flight out to deep center his first time up. Hitting at 290. Wilkins was right in the middle of that brawl. He tackled Duncan from behind. I think Duncan telegraphed that right that he swung at Castillo.
He waited a while too till he went out there. It was like he was thinking about it.
Good pitch, slider, strike one on Wilkins.
Jackson's had good stuff in the first inning. I mean, they got a lot of kind of funky hits off Danny in the first inning to score those first 2 runs, put the Phillies down 2-0 right out of the chute tonight.
And they've scored 9 times since then. Dykstra, the big gun, 2 homers, 5 runs batted in.
Well, what's happened to them tonight to loosen them up is their big guns really did something. I mean, Dalton got the big 2-run double in the first inning with 2 outs to tie it. Dykstra gets him a 3-run homer, a 2-run homer. You know, your stars have to produce at this time of the year when you're struggling, and they have tonight.
A ball, 2 strikes on Wilkins. Got him on that slider. 4th strikeout for Danny Jackson. 1 down here in the 4th.
Danny's had a real good breaking ball tonight. He made Grace look bad in the first inning, and against a left-handed batter, I think his slider is going to be pretty tough to handle tonight.
Kevin Roberson, the batter, has a single. 1 for 1. Hitting at 203. And a broken bat base hit. Buechele will score. And it's a 9-3 Phillies lead. There's another one of those funky hits, Wheels.
Yeah, Roberson is really strong. And, you know, you see a guy can hit a ball that far, breaking his bat in half, you know he's strong. High out over the plate, bat breaks in half. And he gets himself a base hit to right field. I mean, you don't expect the Cubs to just roll over and play dead because they have been a tough team all week here.
McElroy will bat.
Chuck can hit.
1 on, 1 out. Good cut, no contact.
He was 4 for 6 last year. Coming into the season, 7 for 16, a .438 lifetime hitter. He's 0 for 5 this season.
Strike 1 on McElroy. Outside, 1-1 the count. Phil's 9 runs, 9 hits. Cubs 3 runs, 8 hits. 1-2 the count.
It's pretty good rip. McElroy is a really good athlete.
Still early in the ball game. We're only in the 4th inning. Look out. 2-2 the count.
And now Bill Hahn has to have common sense here tonight too, and I'm sure he will. I mean, Danny Jackson, the warnings have been given, and you can throw a pitcher out immediately now if you deign he is throwing at somebody, and that certainly wasn't that case there.
Struck him out on that slider. 5th strikeout for Danny Jackson. 2 outs from the leadoff hitter. Vizcaíno will bat. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. I didn't think that the ball that Castillo threw was a knockdown pitch. I thought it was a high slider.
Oh, did you? I didn't see the replay. I thought he was throwing at him. So did Hahn, because he threw him out of the game immediately.
Well, he's the only one that counts.
Yeah. I just thought it was so... I mean, he stood there for so long waiting for Dykstra to come out and take that curtain call, which he never did. And then it was like Castillo said, well, I'm going to buzz him.
Dykstra did come out of the dugout on the ball, but he didn't take a curtain call.
No.
Ball and a strike on Vizcaíno. Having a pretty good year, hitting at .282. I thought that pitch was high.
Happy birthday tonight to David Hanner from Camp Hill, Pennsylvania, counselor at the Devereaux Foundation.
Chased a bad pitch low and inside. Chased that slider. Jackson's ahead on the count, 1-2. Backdoor slider almost caught the plate.
And Danny can get some strikeouts on that once in a while because hitters are so used to it coming down and in. And as Whitey says, he tries to backdoor him here and then just misses outside with it. Dalton tried to pull it in and get the pitch.
Fouled out of play. Very well. Stockerback makes a catch. That'll retire the side. A run, 2 hits, 1 left on. Phillies batting home fourth. They lead 9-3.
Inky, Izzy, The Wild Thing, Batty, Dutch, Dude, The Crucker, and friends. Request the pleasure of your company at Veterans Stadium in 1994. Season ticket plans range from full season to as few as 13 games. For more information, call 463-5000.
Don't you have anything to fit me?
No offense, Mr. Jones, but you are a little on the small side.
I need more choices.
Harry, give me those genuine yellow pages. Look, choices. Italian, Greek, Chinese. You want more?
Those are restaurants.
That's right. You put some meat on those bones and come back and see us.
9 out of 10 use it.
Mr. Matterhorn!
The genuine New Jersey Bell yellow pages from Bell Atlantic.
Are you losing weight?
Good evening, I'm Neil Hartman. In the American League, only 3 games this evening. In the 5th inning, it's Oakland out in front of Toronto 3-2. 3-2 is the score. Minnesota leads Cleveland. The Twins have just taken the lead. And California 3, Detroit nothing. They are in the 6th inning there. Major League Baseball owners have voted today to realign the 3 divisions for next year. We send it back to the ballpark. 9-3, Phil's lead.
Thank you, Neil. Dave Hollins, Dalton and Eisenreich to face Chuck McElroy. 3rd Cubs pitcher in the ball game. Ball 1 to Hollins. Hollins has walked and singled. He's also scored a run. Dave hitting at .275.
He always seems to find his way into the middle of any type of a skirmish you have in the field, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's right on the bottom.
Oh, yeah, always. Yeah, Dave Hollins doesn't back down from anybody.
3. See that Mike Ryan in there? Mike was kind of a peacemaker.
There he is.
Which is out of character for Mike. Ball 4 straight pitches out of the zone. First squat given up by McElroy, and Darren Dalton's had a good ball game. He's doubled in 2 and singled in a run. 2 for 2, hitting at .258, and his RBIs now are 97.
Got that huge hit in the first inning after Kruk had lined out, and then Hollins walked with 2 outs, and Phillies right away in a 2-0 hole. He hits a double to right center and ties it.
Strike called. Phillies lead 9-3, bottom of the 4th. A lot of baseball to be played in this game yet. Foul ball out of play, back of home plate. Strike 2 on Dalton.
Darren Dalton, what he mentioned, he has a multiple RBI game tonight, 24 in the year.
A little bit high.
Quite an accomplishment for him. He'll have back-to-back 100-run batted in seasons. And, you know, that's a mark of a guy who's a big guy in your ball club. The way when Del Ennis used to drive in all those runs when you played, and Schmidt and Lazinski drove in a lot of runs when they played for the Phillies. You can put up years of 100 RBIs. That means you're a pretty good hitter.
I think Del Ennis did it 7 times.
Yep.
6 with the Phillies. 2-2 the count to Dalton. Another pretty fair country ball player here at the ballpark tonight. An old teammate, Granny Hamner.
How's Ham here? Yeah. He could knock in some runs.
Yes, he could. He was
good hitter. He was
good a hitter with men on bases as you could find. Full count to Dalton.
And Granny Hamner remains one of the characters you ever want to meet.
Yeah. Granny is going to move back to Florida. He's going down to Key West with a trailer home. Struck him out. Throw to second is late. Hollins gets a stolen base, only his second. Dalton chased a high pitch.
Well, they don't have Hollins running much this year, and Dave isn't running because of Dalton batting behind him, and they want to keep that hole for him a lot on the right side. He runs on the 3-2 count and a low throw by Wilkins. Nice play by Vizcaíno to make it close.
Yeah, he had a tough hop to handle and picked it cleanly. Eisenreich is 1 for 2 with a single and a run batted in. Hollins on second, 1 out. Slider over. Big ball game for the Phillies in that loss column. Outside, if they would lose tonight, it would be 6 in the loss column. If they win, it's still 7 in the loss column. That's the column that counts. Left field, caught by Hill. And doubled off is Dave Hollins. He thought the ball was going to drop in, and that'll be a double play to retire the side. No runs, no hits, nobody left after 4 full. Phillies 9, Cubs 3.
It's often taken for granted, yet it's as precious as the very air we breathe. It's called freedom. And it's what inspired Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield to create the new Personal Choice, a health plan that offers people the low costs of an HMO without asking them to give up what they value most, their freedom. personal choice. The health plan that controls costs, not people.
Homer! What's wagging? Big four again. Usual number. Straight. And box it too. 50 cents each way.
The Pennsylvania Lottery's Big Four game.
Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks?
Don't forget to play both ways every day. You might be the lucky dog who wins.
This house is you, Boomer. And the owners aren't anxious to sell.
It's a round world, genuine and true. It keeps on spinning and you always come through. And you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud.
Well, if you missed your chance this year for season tickets, you can get them for $94. There are plans to suit any budget or schedule, from full season plans to just 16 games or 13 Sundays. And there are always special benefits to being a season ticket holder, including options to purchase postseason tickets. Call now to get your name on the list for 1994 season tickets, 463-5000. Ryan Sandberg is 1 for 2 with a single. He'll be followed by Mark Grace and Glenn Allen Hill. 9-3 Phillies lead, top of the 5th. Ball and a strike on Sandberg. Hitting at 307. Been getting a lot of hits to right field and center field. Eisenreich should get this, and he does. One away.
Well, let's take a look at how they scored. Phillies got off to a bad start tonight as the Cubs scored 2 in the first inning on RBI hits by Glenn Allen Hill and Sammy Sosa. But then they came back in the bottom of the first. Dalton doubled in a couple, and it was 2-2. In the second inning, Dykstra hit a 3-run homer. Darren Dalton and Jim Eisenreich knocked in runs to make it 7-2, and then Lenny hit another one in the third to make it 9-2. The Cubs have added 1 run since then. It's 9-3.
Mark Grace has hit one a ton, but he's pulled it foul. Grace is 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out.
Sandberg, I think the reason he's hitting so many balls to right field is they're pitching him away so much, he's just decided he might as well go that way. Doesn't look like he's pulling off it. It's just the Phillies are not going to give him a ball middle in, and most teams won't if they know how to pitch him correctly.
2 strikes on Mark Grace, hitting at 326. Tough play there. They got it. Oh, Kruk dropped the ball. Giving Grace a base hit, but that should have been an out. Kruk should have made that play. The ball had a nice one big hop off that AstroTurf.
He knows it, too. It was a fine play by Morandini, who bounced the throw on purpose. See Mickey with good range to his right. Throws, he knows he has to bounce it. A perfect hop, and Kruk dropped it. That really, you're right, that really probably should have been an error on John. Right in the glove.
Frank Castillo suffered a laceration between the third and fourth.
Well, it scored a base hit for Grace. Hill, the batter, is 2 for 2. 2 singles, a run batted in. Strike 1 on Hill.
They're saying that Frank Castillo had a laceration between the third and fourth fingers of his hand. That's why it must have put his hand up to his mouth, because it looked like there was blood all over his lip when he left. So they're taking him to Methodist Hospital for examination.
He probably got stepped on. Somebody always gets stepped on in those things. Strike 2 on Hill. Chased a couple of bad pitches. Grace is on first, 1 down, top of the 5th. Phil's lead 9-3. That was close. 1-2 the count.
Fanatics coming into the crowd dressed up in his Rocky outfit after that little altercation here tonight.
great play. Force out there. They won't get the double play, but Morandini has really made two excellent defensive plays.
Yeah, Mickey's playing great defense. He came in to hit for Duncan when Mariano was thrown out of the game. Tremendous play to Stocker, who still tries to turn, and he made it fairly close.
Hill's on first. 2 outs for Sammy Sosa. Sosa's 1 for 2 with a single and a run batted in.
Fanatics having a little fun with the Cubs dugout.
Strike 1 on Sosa. He's hitting at 263. He has 31 homers, 82 runs batted in. Hill leads off first, 2 outs. Big cut, missed that one. Strike 2 on Sosa. Cubs will not quit. They've had just enough big rallies in this series to think, well, maybe we can get another one.
Sure, they played very well in this series, and they've won 6 in a row, so they're a hot club.
Fouled off Dalton's mask. Fanatic is underneath that exterior as a pussycat. Morandini again. To retire the side, that'll retire it. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. Phillies batting in the 5th. They lead 9-3.
The Colonel's Rotisserie Gold is so good it deserves its own special size, like tangy barbecue baked beans, garden rice, macaroni and cheddar cheese, and hot cornbread muffins.
And when you hurry into KFC now, you can get a plump and juicy quarter chicken, plus 2 small side dishes and a warm cornbread muffin, all for this revolutionary price. Mouth-watering meal, irresistible deal. It's a whole new spin on delicious.
The Colonel's Rotisserie Gold. We do chicken right.
Ah, the signs of summer. They're all around us. Now there's a new one, the Oldsmobile Summer of Savings. It means it's the best time of the year to buy a new Olds, like this loaded Cutlass Supreme Special Edition. It was $18,663. Now it's $15,995. And this loaded 88 Royale Special Edition. It was $21,971. Now only $18,995. Look for the new sign of summer that says it's the best time ever to buy a new Olds.
Making it to the pros takes a certain level of excellence, the experience to get the job done right, and a reputation for quality. Like top-quality belts from Gates, the one thing people overlook most on their cars is the belts. Remember to have your belts checked regularly, and insist on quality Gates belts from CarQuest. So for the best possible performance, install what the pros install. CarQuest. Welcome to the pros.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Budweiser. Fresh, pure, natural, proud to be your bud. Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. Your Nationwide agent in Glenside is Richard Salomon. And by Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change. Milt Thompson leads off. Takes a pitch low for a ball. Milt's 1 for 2 with a single.
Looked like he had another one last time, but Castillo deflected his ground ball to short, and they threw him out.
A ball and a strike to Milt Thompson. He's hitting at 264. Thompson, Stocker, and Jackson due to face Chuck McElroy. Missed. 2-1 the count to Milt. Left center. Caught. Oh, dropped by Hill. That'll be an error. He might have lost that in the lights, but it's a ball that should have been caught.
It almost looked like he overran it, didn't it?
Right through his hands. He was there easily. Well, he didn't lose that in the lights.
He just
messed
missed
it up.
it. That's all. He overran it and missed it. Yeah.
It'd be an error on Glen Allen Hill with Thompson's on first, nobody out. Stocker has walked, scored a run, and was hit by a pitch. Batting left-handed.
It's been hit 7 times already.
Good pitch by McElroy. Strike on Kevin Stocker, hitting at .343. I don't think anybody would throw at Kevin Stocker with a pitcher coming up.
Oh, he said that.
A wild pitch. And Thompson moves on down to second on the wild pitch.
Third wild pitch of the game by Cubs pitching. The start of Bautista had 2 of them. Here it is. Chuck McElroy has an explosive breaking ball, and there's one of them. Wilkins tries to backhand it and doesn't do a very good job.
Went right up his arm, back to the screen. Ball and a strike on Stocker. 1-2. Hit pretty well, but Hill's right there, catches that one. Stocker lines out, 1 down, and Danny Jackson will bat.
There's John Crux showing Larry Anderson that he might have just closed his glove a little too soon on that play.
Jackson has twice tried to sacrifice, run it into force outs both times. He has scored a run. Strike 1 on Danny Jackson. Most at second. And strike 2.
Send birthday wishes along to Steve Toller's daughter, the batting practice pitcher for the Phillies, one of their batting practice pitchers. He gave me a note. Only I lost it, so I don't know his daughter's name, but happy birthday.
Just outside. Toller's a lefty, right?
Yeah. Former pitcher for the Marple Newtown Delco team.
Missed again. 2-2 the count. Surprised you never have played for that team. Shortstop.
What team? Delco team?
Marple Newtown.
Did in high school.
Good cut, fouled it back.
Not real well, but I did.
Played against a Hall of Famer, right?
That is correct. Reggie Jackson.
Fouled off again, out of play.
Played against one other guy that wound up in Major League Baseball. I mean, did he ever match us? Was Lou Krause.
Pitcher.
In the Chester area.
I hate to tell you this, but I played against his dad. Jackson hanging tough in there.
Danny's had kind of a strange game. He really seems in command of this one, yet he's given up 9 hits. The Phillies only have 9 hits.
Well, 4 of those hits were in the first inning.
And there were some funky ones, too.
Tacky hits.
Right. So, I mean, it's a strange line for him right now if you were to look at it.
Full count to Jackson. Thompson's on second, 1 out. Big Gentle Ben.
Gentle Ben was in there pulling some bodies around in that skirmish.
Hit pretty well, but caught out there. And Milt goes to third on the long fly ball. second out of the inning.
Roberson's been having his problems out there in right field, and when Thompson saw the ball was deep enough, he could score. Big hand for Lenny. Standing ovation.
Well, Lenny's had quite a night. 3 for 3. 3 runs scored, 2 home runs, 5 batted in. Hitting at .307 now.
He's a big-time player who rose to the occasion tonight in a game that the Phillies really needed. And the bigger the game, the more you expect from this guy, and you'll probably get it.
Slider over.
Certain players that you just expect them to excel when the pressure's on, and Lenny's one of them.
Strike 2 on Dykstra. Low and outside. Thompson on third, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Phillies lead at 9-3. Fouled off. Well, when you remember Dykstra when he was with the Mets playing against him, he and Wally Backman,
right?
They used to just wear the Phillies out.
See a new career high for him with RBIs. He had a 2-home run game one time with Bob Welch of the Dodgers. Right, that's what I mean. How about what he was like in the playoffs and World Series for the Mets? Hit a home run at Boston, win a ball game. He hit a home run in Shea Stadium to beat the Astros in a game. I mean, this guy is the kind of guy you want on your side when it counts.
Still a ball and 2 strikes on Dykstra. Couldn't find that. Had Milton broken right away, he might have made it.
Yeah, I don't think he saw where it rolled to. It bounced up and hit Dykstra. If that ball hadn't hit Lenny, it would have definitely bounced away far enough for Thompson to score. But watch it here. See, it bounces up, and then it hits Lenny, and that kind of deadens it back there, and I think Thompson lost sight of it.
2-2 the count on Dykstra. Line drive to center, but caught out there by Sosa, and that'll retire the side. No runs, no hits, and error. 1 left on. After 5 full, Phillies lead the Cubs 9-3.
This is your world, genuine and true, working together in all that you do, and you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud.
This is the new Infinity Q45. Now, pretend this is acid rain. Pollution. Infinity developed a revolutionary paint finish that resists these hazards. It even resists hairline scratches that cause dullness. I can't explain the process, but they'd be happy to at your Infinity showroom. From start to finish.
Lease one of the world's most advanced automobiles, now at a very special rate for a limited time.
You're looking at the fountain of youth. Advanced Formula Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil. In a test, it protected an engine for 200,000 miles. The result? Vital engine parts that looked as young as the day they were born. There was virtually no engine wear. If you're looking for the fountain of youth, you'll find it in a container of motor oil. Mobil 1 synthetic. It keeps your engine running like new.
College football in all its color pageantry here at Veterans Stadium on Saturday, October 30th at 12:10 start when Navy takes on the Fighting Irish. At Veterans Stadium, you can order your tickets easily by phone. Just call the Phillies at 463-1000 or stop by Phillies ticket office at Veterans Stadium. Sponsored by Super Pretzel Soft Pretzels, Herman's World of Sporting Goods, WOGL, and the Philadelphia Inquirer. That's Saturday, October 30th, Navy Notre Dame. Steve Buechele, the batter. is 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. Takes a pitch outside for a ball. Michelle, Wilkins, and Roberson to face Danny Jackson. Dave Howland guns it over to Kruk, and Michelle is out. 1 down here in the 6th. And the batter will be Rick Wilkins.
Bob Scanlon. Chuck McElroy's on the mound right now. Bob Scanlon, the other guy the Phillies acquired or sent to Chicago in the deal for Mitch Williams a couple years ago.
Wilkins has flied to deep center and struck out. 0 for 2, hitting at .289. A little bit low, ball 1 to Wilkins.
I'd like to welcome Pat McGuire and Stephen Hoy from Stirlingshire, Scotland. First trip to America and their first look at Major League Baseball tonight. Hope they're enjoying this one.
Missed outside.
Probably thought a rugby scrum broke out there.
Chased a low pitch. Three and 1 the count to Wilkins. Mitch Williams. He's in the dugout, isn't he?
Yep. 9-3. I guess he might head on down there later, but he's thinking he won't be used tonight.
Walked him. A 1-out walk.
There's Pete Incaviglia, who Jim Fregosi said prior to the game that he thought he could pinch hit him tonight, but then he'd have to run for him, and they hope Incaviglia will be back in a couple days after straining that knee last night.
First walk given up by Danny Jackson. Kevin Roberson, the batter, is 2 for 2 with a couple of singles.
Sean Dunstan's on deck to bat for McElroy.
Eisenreich back on the warning track, hauls it in. Roberson out on 1 pitch for the 2nd out of the inning. And Dunston, he just came off the disabled list last week. Dunston been to bat 4 times only and has a couple of hits. Wonder what they'll do with Sean Dunston.
Good point. I'm sure they're just trying to find out right now what they can get out of him. I mean, he evidently is not ready to play the field yet. They can just pinch hit him once in a while.
He's in the middle of a long contract, too.
Oh, yeah. A big money contract. Hadn't played for almost 2 years. Was out early last season and missed almost all of this season.
One of the strongest arms at shortstop in the league. Sean Dunston. Ball 1 to him.
They have a couple pretty good shortstops in Vizcaíno and Sanchez.
Yeah, that's Sanchez. He really looks good. And so does Vizcaíno. Ball and a strike on Dunston. He likes to swing at that high pitch. Bounces up there. Good stop by Dalton. 2-1 the count to Dunston. Chuck McElroy did a good job out of the bullpen. He was the pitcher after the brawl. Should be easy for Kruk. That'll retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left on after 5.5 innings. Phillies lead 9-3.
I dare you. I dare you to try new big and juicy hot dogs from Oscar Mayer. Just tell me this isn't the most incredible hot dog you ever sink your teeth into. Sure, you've had this kind of flavor at the game, but at home, I don't think so. I know so. Juicy, beefy, bursting with flavor. Tell me these don't make your mouth water. I dare you. I double dare you. I quadruple dare you.
Who, me?
That's my boy.
New big and juicy brand hot dogs from Oscar Mayer. The taste is going over big.
People, man, are they different. What they like in Spain isn't what they like in France. Nobody likes the same thing. So how come so many people love Volkswagen? Germany, France, England, Sweden, Finland, Japan. The new Golf is the best-selling car in the world. The new Jet is loved everywhere. You know, maybe people aren't that different after all. The new Volkswagens, the most loved cars in the world.
American Express is about to mail card applications to a very select group, and they asked if I would help. Sure, I said, I'd love to help people avoid paying high interest, but I can't do it alone. Coochie, it's your job to lick, stack, and sort. That's good, yeah. Now you use the floor, I'll use the desk. No teeth marks. These aren't going out to just anybody. Hey, that's my banana.
Check your mail for an application, and to apply for the card, send it in today.
Don't worry, Coochie and I will be working overtime to make sure every application gets out. That one's on its way.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company. And by the American Express card. Don't leave home without it. Bob Scanlon will be the new Cubs pitcher here in the bottom of the sixth. Scanlon will face Morandini, Kruk, and Hollins. You see his record. His ERA is pretty high at over 5.
Well, neither Scanlon or McElroy have had the years that the Cubs hoped they would get out of them. I think they envision either or of these guys being closers at some point in their career, and it doesn't appear it's going to be that way. Scanlon's still a pretty effective pitcher. Bob's biggest problem is that he has a tendency to get balls up in the strike zone. He has a really good fastball.
Morandini has only had one at bat. He grounded out. He replaced Duncan when Duncan was tossed out of the game. Who all did they throw out? Just Duncan and Castile?
Looked like it, yeah. And then you worry about suspensions. You know, they've been throwing out some pretty tough suspensions on these fights in the last months. That's the first one the Phillies have had all year. You don't count the one in spring training.
Morandini rifles a single to center field on Scanlon's first pitch.
Don't want to see Phillies lose Mariano Duncan for long because he has really been valuable. And Mickey, when he gets his chances lately, he has really been making the most of them.
Kruk is lined out, flied out to deep left, then flied out to left. John's 0 for 3, hitting at .321. Swung the bat pretty well tonight. Not there. Pulled on an off-speed pitch. Strike one on Kruk.
He's trying to tell him stuff to stay back because he's most effective when he hits it the other way. When he starts to do that, he'll start hitting again.
Ball and a strike on Kruk. Morandini on first. Nobody out. Bottom of the sixth. Phillies with a 9-3 lead. 2. Nope. Didn't get the double play. With a force out at second. Kruk's a one-out base runner. And Dave Hollins a batter. Dave's been on all 3 times.
Look how quick Sandberg is. Comes across the bag, flips at the first, and not a double play ball, and almost got it.
Hollins has walked twice, singled, scored a run. Hollins hitting at .275. Strike called on Hollins. 1.
Hollins hit a 3-run home run off Scanlon to beat him a ball game in Chicago this year in extra innings. Scanlon's the guy who hit him up near his head last year late in the season. Big fight ensued after that, and Hollins was suspended for a few games near the end of the year.
Just outside. I think the National League president, Bill White, is trying to cut down on these fights.
Well, both leagues have been very tough with suspensions this year.
All 3 and a strike to Hollins. Popped him up. Buechele at third. Makes the play easily. 2 outs and Darren Dalton the batter. Dutch has had a good night. 2 for 3, single, double. 3 runs batted in. Hitting at 258. Trucks on first, 2 outs. Out of play, strike 1 on Dalton. Bullet, base hit. Dalton has gone the other way twice tonight.
And that is always a good sign for him too, Whitey. And when Darren Dalton hits the ball the other way, he's going to hit some home runs too, because he gets locked in on waiting really well and hitting the ball to the opposite field, and then when he gets his pitch, he tends to get quick on it. So if he and Kruk start hitting the ball the other way, normally they're going to start hitting again.
Eisenreich 1 for 3, single and a run batted in, hitting at 337, 2 on, 2 outs. Right to Vizcaíno. Get the force at second, and that'll retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on. Harry Kellis joins Wheels for play-by-play after 6 full. Phillies lead the Cubs 9-3.
When Bob borrowed a lawnmower, all he got was short grass. When Bob borrowed hedge clippers, all he got was nice shrubs. When Bob borrowed a ladder, all he got was red shutters. When Bob borrowed a hose, all he got was wet. But when Bob borrowed money, he got indispensable banking services. The Mellon PSFS Smart Accounts. The package accounts for people who borrow as well as save.
This is your world, genuine and true. Working together in all that you do, and you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your. Proud to be your bud.
The Phillies look to flatten Florida when they play the Marlins Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, September 20th through the 22nd, all at 7:35. Then they're out to plop the Braves. Friday the 24th at 7:35, Saturday the 25th at 7:05, and Sunday the 26th at 1:35 when all fans receive a free Phillies poster and more on Fan Appreciation Day. Call 463-1000.
Hang on to your seat. Reno's revving it up. The hottest hour on television just keeps getting hotter. Renegade.
Sundays at 7 on PHL 17. You're watching Philadelphia's movie station, PHL 17.
After 6 innings of play, it's the Phillies 9 and the Cubs 3. Tomorrow at 8, after her European movie career is unsuccessful, a snobby actress returns to her hometown. Sybil Shepherd and Jeff Bridges star in Texasville, only on PHL 17. To the top of the 7th inning, back for play-by-play, Harry Callis.
All right, thanks, Wheels. And leading off for the Cubs is the top of the order, Jose Vizcaino. He takes one low for a ball. He's 1 out of 3. He's single grounded out and has popped out. Two balls and no strikes. Phil's 9 runs, 11 hits. Cubs 3 runs, 9 hits. Dykstra's knocked in 5 runs. Dalton 3. Missing 3 and nothing. Walked him on 4 pitches. Didn't want to do that. Second walk given up by Jackson. And the batter will be Ryan Sandberg, who was singled, struck out, and fly to right. Johnny Padres now on the bullpen phone, and we'll get some bullpen activity for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Danny Jackson threw a lot of pitches in the first inning. They're going to get Bobby Thigpen up to start throwing. So coming into the 7th inning, he has to have thrown over 100 pitches.
With all the excitement of the bench clearing incident in the 3rd inning, we did not complete our trivia question, Wheels, so we are going to ask you the question. And we will not wait for the half inning for the answer, but you try to answer it right now. Trivia question brought to you by Roy Rogers, that one-of-a-kind place with that one-of-a-kind taste. Can you name the player? There's a strike, who drove in 170 runs in one season, yet did not win the RBI title.
Hack Wilson.
Well, Hack Wilson is one of the answers to that question. He won the RBI title. But who is the player who drove in 170 and didn't? That year, Hack Wilson knocked in 190 runs.
Gee.
This guy had 170 and was 20 RBIs short of the RBI crown. Famous name in Phillies history.
Chuck Klein?
Yeah. Chuck Klein. In 1930, drove in 170 runs and was a distant runner-up for the RBI crown with a Hack Wilson 190.
Hear him talk about those days. I mean, everybody was such a good pitcher and everything. I mean, how could guys knock in 190 and 170? The point is, the athletes today are pretty darn good, too.
Yeah, and those starters just went all the way, regardless of the score. They didn't have bullpen pitchers.
Smaller gloves. More liberal scoring rules.
Yep.
That's an unbelievable number, though. Knocking 170 runs and finish second.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Sandberg. Fouls it out of play.
Sandberg almost never sees a ball middle in. He's turned into an opposite field hitter. This is what he was when he came up. Phillies are playing him that way, too. They're shading Dykstra towards right center. The Sandberg of last year, you always played him to pull. There you see the defense. A pitch middle into him now is a mistake. Like that.
Line drive, center field. Vizcaino will hold out at second base, and the Cubs have their first 2 men on base here in the 7th. Sandberg's second hit of the ball game.
Middle in. And that's where Ryan Sandberg has always been the most dangerous. I said it's a mistake because Dalton wants it away, and watch where Danny Jackson throws it. And Sandberg's deadly, especially up, but even in that area, he can handle it.
Grace is struck out, grounded out, and he has an infield single. 1 ball and no strikes.
Cubs have been very persistent in this series, so nobody is relaxed.
Phil's had a 5-1 lead last night. Chicago wins it. Lead is 9-3 tonight. Ball trickles behind Dalton, but the runners hold. Toronto's tied Oakland. They're now in the 7th inning at the Sky Dome, tied 4-4. Two balls and no strikes to Mark Grace. Got that one over. 2-1.
One of the few things Grace doesn't do very well is run. So if you can get him to hit the ball on the ground, he can double it.
High chop. That's not really a double play ball, and Kruk will take the sure out at first base. Grace is out. The runners move up. Vizcaino to third and Sandberg to second.
Good play by John Kruk, Harry, because as you said, he recognizes immediately it's not a double play ball. You don't want to throw to second here in this situation because something bad might happen. You want to stay out of a big inning, just get an out and let the base runners move up, and you can play your infield back.
Brings on Glenn Allen Hill. He has an infield single. He has singled, and then he was robbed of a hit on a great play by Mickey Morandini. Beats the ball foul. Danny Jackson working here in the seventh. He's given up 10 hits, but about 3 or 4 of them broken bad hits, a couple of infield hits. Really come in on right-hand hitters. Jammed and broken a lot of bats tonight.
Did it there? Well, they've gotten a very strong effort out of Danny Jackson tonight in the game the Phillies need to win very badly. And he, as usual, has given them a very professional effort.
In the second half, he has, maybe been the Phillies' best starting pitcher.
I'm sure they just want to get him through this inning, and probably that would be it.
Fouls that one off. Backdoor breaking ball.
Now you see how many times he has pitched through the 6th inning. That includes tonight.
He's a competitor. There's no question about that. That's lofted to shallow right. Eisenreich will make the catch. Here's the throw to the plate, and the runner holds. Cubs trailing by 6. Chuck Cottier, the third base coach, now wanting to take a chance on a fly-out double play. So that's out number 2. And we'll bring on Sammy Sosa, who is 4th in the league in homers. So.
Right, Harry. No way they're going to try and score on this play because Eisenreich had perfect throwing position coming in on it. Eisenreich knows he just wants to get the ball in the area of Kruk, the cutoff man, and see what they do. Kruk is elected to let it go through because he must have made a break from third, Vizcaino, but he wasn't going to try and score.
Here's Sosa. He's single grounded into a double play and grounded out. Slider on the inside corner for a strike. Foul that one back. No balls and 2 strikes to Sammy Sosa.
Go a lot of ways with Sosa when you get ahead of him. You can go with that breaking ball and keep it down and see if he'll chase it or throw a high fastball to him.
He strikes out a lot.
Well, he swings so hard at everything. I mean, he just doesn't have much margin for error in that swing, but when he makes contact, he can really hit it.
31 homers, just 24 years old from San Pedro de Macorís. Fouls that one back and out of play. Oh, and 2 it holds to Sammy Sosa. From the same hometown as General Ben Rivera. Ben has fun. Boy, he jammed him.
Yeah, he beat it right off his foot, too. Down and in slider, and that had to hurt. Schilling knows how to relax, too.
Kurt Schilling will be pitching tomorrow night against those Houston Astros. Greg Swindell for Houston. Astros coming into Veterans Stadium. They're off today on a high with the no-hitter tossed by Darryl Kyle last night. Fouled out of play. Still 0-2.
Rivera and Schilling have some little game going on with the sunflower seeds down there.
Scott Pratt, the referee.
There's no telling with Pratt. Talk about a guy who enjoys himself.
Yeah. Pratt's always smiling. Back through the middle. That'll be a 2-run single for Sammy Sosa. Now it's a 9-5 game. Phillies lead is down to 4. As you say, these Cubs keep coming at you. RBIs number 82 and 83 on the season for Sammy Sosa. And Jim Fregosi will come out and make the pitching change now.
Yeah, he was just going to give him one more batter, or trying to get him through this inning and hopefully get Sosa out. He had him 0-2. Sosa made some good swings, fouled it off, and then finally got a pitch he could handle. They'll bring Big Pen in. Good job by Danny Jackson.
So Danny Jackson leads with a 9-5 lead. A pitching change for the Phils. We're in the 7th. Back after these messages.
Julio Cesar Chavez. Pernell Whitaker. Whitaker. Chavez. The fight. This weekend, live on pay-per-view. Call your cable company.
People come in and say, why 5 grades of gasoline? I tell them offering only 3 grades would be like selling suits in small, medium, and large. Some people would get a good fit. Some could use a little tailoring. So if you want to know why we give you all these choices, think about the guy who needs 41 long and picture him wearing a 39 short.
Bobby Thigpen is the Phillies' new pitcher. This will be his 11th game for the Phils. He's won 2, lost 1, a 5.11 ERA, 12 1/3 innings of work, 12 hits and 7 runs, 8 strikeouts, 5 walks. That high ERA a result of just 1 game, when in 1/3 of an inning he gave up 5 runs to the Cincinnati Reds. It's the only bad game really that he's had since joining the Phils. Coming over from the Chicago White Sox in the Jose De Leon deal. Thigpen is 30 years of age, makes his home in St. Petersburg, Florida. He tied the all-time, or rather he set the all-time save mark while pitching for the White Sox in 1990, 57 saves. Steve Buechele, first one to face him. Hard ground ball at Dave Hollins. Hollins rifles to Morandini. For the force there, 1 pitch, and Thigpen is out of the inning. Cubs do get 2 runs in the inning. They get them with 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. Stretch time of the vet. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 9-5 Phillies.
In the last picture show, Sybil Shepherd and Jeff Bridges had this thing between them.
Did I have you madly in love?
Madly.
20 years later, they still have something between them. Annie Potts.
Just because you're having a midlife crisis, I don't think you ought to try and shoot your thing off.
Hold on to your hats and your spouse.
People are running off with each other at the drop of a hat.
Sybil Shepherd, Jeff Bridges, and Annie Potts are loving, lying, and cheating in Texasville.
Friday at 8 on PHL 17.
The metal cylinder is secured and turned in a counterclockwise motion, causing the internal railing to rise and disengage. It's easy to make something as simple as opening a jar complex. The challenge is making the complex simple. But that's what we do at Bell Atlantic Mobile. We take cutting-edge technology and place it comfortably in your hands. Bell Atlantic Mobile. Advanced technology and people who make it mean something.
People come in and say, why 5 grades of gasoline? I tell them offering only 3 grades would be like selling suits in small, medium, and large. Some people would get a good fit. Some could use a little tailoring. So if you want to know why we give you all these choices, think about the guy who needs a 41 long and picture him wearing a 39 short.
Hello, I'm Dick Vermeil. How often should a woman have a pap smear? The American Institute for Cancer Research recommends females age 18 or older should have the test every 1 to 3 years to screen for cervical cancer.
Summary on the ball game tonight. What a night for Lenny Dykstra. 2 home runs, a career high 5 runs batted in. He has scored 3 more. Mariano Duncan and Frank Castillo tossed out for a bench clear in the 3rd inning, and Darren Dalton 3 for 4 tonight. He's knocked in 3.
Well, Thompson leads it off for the Phillies here in the bottom of the 7th. Thompson has singled, grounded out, and been safe on an error. Congratulations to Dave Schlegel from Millersburg, married on Saturday to Dawn Smith from Likens. Dave here at the ballpark tonight. Must have been a short honeymoon. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thompson to be followed by Kevin Stocker, and then scheduled to hit would be Bobby Thigpen. Those do have some bullpen activity. 2-2.
Brad Brink is throwing in the bullpen.
Brink just called up yesterday.
I think Thigpen looking forward to trying to get in that bat. There's Brink. He was signed as an outfielder.
Has he ever had a major league at bat?
I don't believe so. No, he's in the American League all that time, so no. And Jim Fregosi said he can swing the bat a little bit, too.
Milt Thompson walks. When did they start the DH rule?
Oh, in the 70s.
Yeah.
Like the mid-70s or 74, 105, something like that.
Stocker has walked, been hit by a pitch ball, and lined out to left.
I don't know if it still stands, but for a long time there was a trivia question. Who hit the last home run? What pitcher hit the last home run in the American League?
Yank foul.
And it was a guy from Baltimore who later pitched for the Atlanta Braves by the name of Rorick Harrison.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not somebody, I don't know, maybe somebody jumped in there and did it since and missed it.
Bobby Thigpen is in the on-deck circle.
Yeah. He was going to hit that night in the outing you mentioned against Cincinnati, Harry, when he struggled, but, they had to take him out because he was pitching so poorly.
Stocker lofts a high fly to shallow left. Glenn Allen Hill makes the grab. 1 down, and Bobby Thigpen, this could well be his first major league at-bat. We'll have to check with the Thig man on that. John Frederick celebrating his 60th birthday tonight, and Alice Miller, 95 years young. Great Phillies fans.
They're looking for a bunt from Thigpen.
They'll probably. You think he's bunting? Yeah. Bunts it up in the air to Grace.
He hasn't had a whole lot of practice at that in his career after being in the American League for so long. Is Lefebvre on their bench? Every time we see a shot of the bench, it looks like Martinez is in charge down there.
Well, Lefebvre didn't get ejected from this game.
So. Oh, there he
There's
is.
Jim.
Okay. I haven't seen him for a long time. It seemed we kept seeing Martinez walking around.
Here's Lenny Dykstra. He has had a big night. Has singled, homered, and lined to center. 5 runs batted in, 3 runs scored. So Lenny will try to add to those numbers here. He might be swinging from the heels with 2 outs. Pulled on an off-speed pitch. 0-1. Extra lifetime, 1 for 2 against Scanlon. There are the feet that have crossed the plate 129 times. The shoes that say nails on the side. One ball and 1 strike. One and 1 to Dykstra. Scanlon high with it, 2 and 1. He has a chance to set a kind of a significant record, really, to lead the league in walks and in at-bats. Nice grab by Grace. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the 8th inning. Phil's lead 9-5.
We call it a unified ergonomic interior design. Ray Campbell calls it his quiet cabin in the woods. We call it high-strength steel body construction. Emily Ross calls it a place to put her valuables. We call it an impressive value starting at around $12,000. Tom Reese calls it more affordable than his daughter's wedding. We call it Corolla, the all-new Toyota Corolla, the brand new car with a familiar name.
Julio Cesar Chavez. Pernell Whitaker. Whitaker. Chavez. The fight. This weekend, live on pay-per-view. Call your cable company.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by AT&T, because you're not the same as anybody else. There's the I plan. By your local Dodge dealers. Come in today because we know how to help. And by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. Rick Wilkins leads it off for the Cubs here in the 8th inning. He has fly to deep center, struck out, and walked. One ball and no strikes. Bobby Thigpen came in the 7th inning for starter Danny Jackson. He committed 1-1. Sean Bosky throwing in the Cub bullpen. Bob Scanlon's scheduled to hit 3rd, so he'll be lifted for a pinch hitter. Fouls it back and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fouls it down the left field side. Still 1-2. Missing with a slider. 2-2. Slammed it Deep right field, but Eisenreich can't get it. It's off the fence, bounces away from him, and Wilkins will end up at second with a double. Dykstra backing up. Wilkins has really become a good hitter.
He has. It looked like Eisenreich was going to catch that ball, too. A 2-2 pitch from Thigpen, a breaking ball. And Wilkins nails it. Eisenreich gets the wall and then just can't quite get it. Just over the top of the glove. Yep.
You get so used to Eisenreich making all the plays out there that you just expect expect that's going to be an out.
Phillies going to get the bullpen up again.
Kevin Roberson, the batter. 1 strike to him. He is 2 out of 3. Much better hitter left-handed. 7 of his 8 home runs have come left-handed. Dwight Smith in the on-deck circle to bat for Scanlon. David West is up in the bullpen. No balls and 2 strikes to Kevin Roberson.
Roberson looks like a real good low fastball hitter from the left side, which is not unusual for a left-handed hitter. And he will chase off-speed stuff down.
Close. 1-2. 25,894 is the paid attendance here tonight. Into right center field, Jim Eisenreich has a beat on that. Would have makes the catch. Wilkins will tag and move to third after the catch. So Wilkins at third base, 1 out, and Dwight Smith will come out as a pinch hitter for Scanlon.
This will be Dwight Smith for Scanlon.
Dwight Smith hitting at .298. He's 6 for 16 as a pinch hitter.
Phillies can play the infield back. They still have a 4-run lead in this game. They can concede one. The only infielder up you see there was Hollins.
They concede the run on the ground ball, and Smith is out. Wilkins scores. It's now 9-6. Phil's lead by 3. And that will mean that Mitch Williams may come in the 9th inning for the Phillies.
Sean Bosky
has not pitched since Sunday.
Yep, Bosky will be coming in for the Cubs, and just as you said that, Harry, as if they had a microphone.
Wild Thing is up and throwing in the Phillies pen.
Yeah, they just heard that. There he is. Get him up. Harry the K says, get him up.
No. Vizcaino serves it right to Stocker, and that'll end the inning. Cubs do get a run in the inning. They do it with 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 9-6 Phils.
If you want your car done right, it has to be done by the right people.
We take care of our customers. We do the job right.
Quality all the way.
Experience counts. The customer comes first. Satisfaction guaranteed.
We're only as good as our people. That's why Jiffy Lube is America's favorite oil change.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube.
From Hollywood Pictures, $1 million was the last thing Joey Coyle expected to find. Giving it back
What are you, nuts?
is the last thing he intends to do.
Finders keepers.
Hollywood Pictures presents the true story of a guy just trying to hold on to the American dream.
Did we steal them from anybody? No. Police! Open the door! Did we hurt anybody? No. Are we giving it back? Hell no!
John Cusack, Money for Nothing, rated R. Starts Friday, September 10th at a theater near you.
Why today's man? Incredible savings on everything every day.
My husband was paying almost twice as much of a suit.
Same quality, same label, for a lot less.
I got this pure wool pinstripe at least $350 anywhere else. At today's man, $200.
Buy anywhere else, you're throwing money away.
Every price tag's a pleasant surprise.
Dress shirt, $20. All cotton pinpoint. I'll never spend $37 again.
You wait for department store sales. I'll go to Today's Man.
Today's Man, the menswear superstore.
Good evening, I'm Neil Hartman. In the National League tonight, a light schedule. Colorado and Pittsburgh 7-7 in the 10th inning. Charlie Hayes, former Phil, with his 21st home run. Just underway in San Diego between the Braves and the Padres. St. Louis, San Francisco, Florida, Los Angeles later on this evening. Nolan Ryan of the Texas Rangers, his 27-year career will end at the end of this season, but he is expected to come off the disabled list to start Sunday's game against Minnesota. It's 9-6, Phillies lead to the bottom of the 8th. We go with a new pitcher for the Cubs. Let's go back to Harry and Wheels.
All right, thanks, Neil. And the new pitcher is Sean Bosky. This will be his 32nd game. He's had 2 starts. He's won 4, lost 3, a 3.34 ERA, 56 2/3 innings, 53 hits, and 21 earned runs. He struck out 34, walked 18. Mickey Morandini, the first one to face him. Morandini 1 for 2 since coming into the game after Mariano Duncan was ejected. Duncan did go 1 for 2 to keep his hitting streak going before being ejected. Duncan's hit safely in 10 straight. Lofts a high pop-up toward shallow left. Vizcaino drifting around almost. Almost didn't make the play.
Oh, the wind is really driving the ball towards left, at left center, and then towards right center. As you can see by the balls that Lenny hit tonight, the way they took off. This one normally isn't going to go like this. I mean, and it just kept going away from him. He almost missed it.
I'll bring on John Kruk. Krucker nothing out of 4. He has lined out, flied out, and hit into a fielder's choice. Beats the ball foul, 0-1. Kruk late time against Bosky is 4 for 15, 2 of them home runs. See Dykstra's numbers this year against Castillo.
Yeah.
4 for 5, 3 homers.
Well, they were going to start Castillo originally tonight. They went with Bautista, and the Phillies roughed them both up.
Well, hit to left, but it'll stay in the park, and Hill makes the grab. Now that's 2 down, and that'll bring on Dave Hollins. The 1993 Phillies Yearbook, the 45th annual edition, now available. Great book containing 72 pages of colorful photos, stats, and interesting articles about the Phils. You can order the spectacular keepsake by mail. Send a check or money order for $8. Includes mailing to Phillies Yearbook, Box 7575, Philadelphia 19101. Be sure to include a return address and allow 2 weeks for delivery. If you want to have the Phillies 93 Yearbook, should be a year to savor for a long time. 1-0 to Dave Hollins. He has walked, singled, walked, and popped up. Pops a foul out of play, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to Hollins. Two and 1. Well struck to deep center. Sosa back out of here. Home run, Dave Hollins to center field. Or Hollins, number 17, and the Phillies now lead it 10-6.
Boy, did he tattoo that ball. I got no help from anything except that incredible strength of Dave Hollins. Sometimes you get fooled by him how strong he is right-handed. You forget what he can do left-handed, especially on something down. And here he goes, really goes down and gets that pitch from Bosky. From the center field camera. Oof.
Darren Dalton, another hit for Dutch. He's 4 for 5. Has knocked in 3, and he is a 2-out base runner for Jim Eisenreich.
And
now, of course, this is not a save situation, Wheels. So does the Wild thing come in anyhow in that he hasn't worked since Sunday?
That'll be an interesting decision for the skipper, who doesn't like to bring him in unless it's a save situation. I was going to say about Dalton, even though those balls aren't hit real well to left, that's a good sign for him when he hits balls to left field, 3 of them tonight. Well, what do you think, Harry? You want to bring him in here now?
It kind of looks like he's coming in. Nobody else is up, and Mitch isn't throwing. He's just kind of standing there, but he has not worked since Sunday at Cincinnati.
Well, they have not yet hit for Big Pen. So, you know, he's not out of the game yet.
Well, that's true. That's true. They could bring Big Pen right back out there.
There's Williams. See, for Ghost, you feel sometimes the adrenaline goes from him.
That's slammed but foul to right field. And just get Danny Jackson to pump him up. Get that adrenaline flowing.
Yeah, he likes to do that to people. That's Jason that does that, not Danny.
Okay. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jim Eisenreich. Dave Hollins, home run. He scored 3 runs tonight, Wheels. That gives him 91 for the season.
Well, Dave Hollins, as you well know, Harry, and the way we talk about him all the time, is such a good base runner and gets on base so much, he's going to score a lot.
He misread a hit tonight for the first time maybe all year.
He made a base running mistake when he was on second base on that ball looped by Eisenreich and was doubled off. He don't make many of them.
No, he's the best at first to third that I've ever seen.
I got a letter from some guy said I overreacted the way he goes from first to third. I don't think so.
No, I don't either. You know, we saw Pete Rose do that all the time. Pete was one of the great ones at it, but I've never seen anyone better than Hollins.
He does it a lot of balls hit the left field.
Yeah. 2 balls and 2 strikes. For one thing, when he's going from first to third, he doesn't want to stop. I mean, he just keeps going. For another thing, third basemen in the league don't want to be getting in the dirt with Dave Hollins.
They get happy feet down there when he's coming in. He wasn't real visible in that altercation, right, was he?
No. You knew that. Always. There's another hit for Eisenreich. His second. Phillies have 2 men on base. And it'll bring up Milt Thompson.
This is good for them. They scored those 9 runs in the first 3 innings, then got shut down for 4. Kind of sitting around as the Cubs are sneaking back in, and then now they've tacked on 1 in the 8th inning with a chance for more.
Phillies have scored 785 runs this year. That's 80 more than the next best in the league.
Wow.
San Francisco is 705.
Well, all those walks they get.
Got base runners all the time. I'm sure the Phils lead the league in left on base because they always seem to have base runners. Bouncing ball to Sandberg, and Thompson is thrown out, and that will retire side. Phils get a run on Hollins' homer. 3 hits, no errors, leaving 2. We go to the 9th. Phillies lead 10-6.
It's a round world, genuine and true. It keeps on spinning, and you always come through, and you're giving it your best.
The Phillies look to flatten Florida when they play the Marlins Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, September 20th through the 22nd, all at 7:35. Then they're out to bop the Braves. Friday the 24th at 7:35, Saturday the 25th at 7:05, and Sunday the 26th at 1:35 when all fans receive a free Phillies poster and more on Fan Appreciation Day. Call 463-1000.
Ford dealers know some problems can't be diagnosed in the shop, so they have a unique traveling companion, the Portable Vehicle Analyzer. It records engine data in ways no human eyes and ears can. Then it tells us what's wrong, so it can be serviced right the first time. Quality care, where the quality continues.
For quality service or to test drive one of the best-selling cars and trucks in America, see your local Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
After 8 innings of play, it's the Phillies 10 and Chicago 6. Tomorrow at 7:30, there's no such thing as an ordinary day at work for these men and women. Don't miss Real Stories of the Highway Patrol right here on PHL 17. Mitch Williams is the new pitcher coming on. Kim Baptiste comes in to play third base. Not a saving situation for the Wild Thing. Mitch appearing in his 55th game. He's won 3, lost 4, a 3.10 ERA, 37 saves. He's pitched 52 1/3 innings, 46 hits and 18 earned runs. He has struck out 48 while walking 35. So Williams, who has not pitched in this homestand, coming on even though it is not a save situation. He rarely does come in non-saving situations. But they want to keep him sharp. Houston's here tomorrow night. Tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. And he'll be facing Ryan Sandberg, Mark Grace, and Glenn Allen Hill. It's Kim Baptiste in at third. Bills lead it 10-6. 2 homers for Lenny Dykstra, 1 for Dave Hollins. Sandberg lifetime 2 for 7 against Mitch Williams. One ball and no strikes. Inside corner for a strike. It's 1-1.
Pitch comes into the game. The crowd kind of just puts their seatbelt on. Wondering, uh-oh, what's going to happen now?
1 on 6 1 1/3 1
Yet another Houdini escape at Cincinnati on Sunday. Reds loaded the bases with nobody out. And then he got them out. They didn't score.
Yeah, they don't need that tonight. Phillies need to win a game and get out of here.
3 balls and a strike. Mark Grace waiting on deck. That one over, full count. 3-2 to Ryan Sandberg. Sandberg's 2 out of 4 tonight. He has scored 2 of the Cub runs. Hard ground ball, can't get it. Morandini goes into center field for a base hit. 3rd hit for Sandberg. And it'll bring on Mark Grace. Grace is 1 for 4, an infield single. He and Mitch Williams are close friends off the field. Grace has not had much lifetime success against the Wild Thing. He's just 1 out of 12 lifetime. One strike.
Truck can play off Sandberg at first and take some of the hole away. There's Kruk just playing off Sandberg with a 4-run lead. Good idea with a left-handed hitter up.
2 strikes to Grace.
Sort of a breaking ball there, it looked like. Hung it a little bit, but Grace was swinging fastball right from the get-go and got way out in front.
No balls and 2 strikes. Fly ball into center field. Dykstra backtracks. Lenny's there, makes the grab. Grace is out. 1 down. That'll bring up Glenn Allen Hill. Hill is 2 for 4. He has singled twice. He's robbed of a hit on a great play by Mickey Morandini and is flied out to right. Sandberg first base with 1 down. Right there for a called strike. Chased the pitch that bounced up there.
Well, Glenn Allen Hill probably has never hit off Mitch Williams. I don't think he was still with the Blue Jays when the Phillies got Mitch. So I mean, you probably didn't see him in an exhibition game. He was patient on the first pitch, but that was the one right down the middle, and then he chased that ball low and in the dirt.
Deep right, Eisenreich back. This ball's out of here. An opposite field home run, Glenn Allen Hill. And it's now a 10-8 ball game. The Phillies lead is down to 2. Number 6 for Hill. He has had 12 hits since joining the Cubs. 6 have been homers.
And that was a bolt, too, an opposite field home run. Mitch Williams doesn't throw many home run balls. That extra run that Hollins tacked on with a homer in the 8th looks big. Now, the Cubs have really deserve a lot of credit for what they've done here this week. I mean, they have really battled the Phillies in games that mean so much to the Phillies and nothing to them. Down and away and right over the wall.
Here's Sammy Sosa. He's 2 out of 4. Takes it high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, there's a jet stream to right field tonight. Ball sailed over Eisenreich's head. Now the home run.
Line drive left field. That's a fair ball hit. Thompson cuts it off, and Sosa will hold at first. So the Cubs will bring the tying run to the plate in the person of Steve Buechele. Johnny Padres now on the bullpen phone. And he gets off the phone and heads toward the mound. David West is up in the Phillies bullpen.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Both strikes, keep the ball down. Let's go. Come on.
Got good stuff. Larry Anderson joins David West.
What a week this has been. I'm telling you, it's just been 1 week of seat squirming.
Here's Buechele, who's had a good series. Tonight he is 1 out of 4. Sosa gets back. Sosa's a base stealer. He's stolen 27 of them. Could become the first Cub to steal 30 or more and hit 30 or more in the same season. 30 or more homers in the same season. Probably will. He's got a lot of games in which to get 3 stolen bases. One ball and no strikes to Buechele. Sosa dives back.
Phillies have all their outfielders very, very deep right now to prevent against an extra base hit.
Two and nothing.
You see the outfielders, how deep they are. Padres checking to see if the pitchers are ready out there. They do not want to let this one slip away.
Really? Just missing. It's 3-0. Walked him. So the Cubs have 2 men on base with 1 out, and Jim Fregosi is going to come out, and this is going to be it for Mitch Williams. So now it is a save opportunity, and he is calling for the left-hander David West. Mitch got just 1 out in this inning, 2 runs across, 2 men on base. And David West is coming in from the bullpen. So West will come out and try to tie this one down for Danny Jackson. West is appearing in his 65th game. He's won 6, lost 4, 2 saves, a 2.93 ERA. He's pitched 76 2/3 innings, given up 57 hits and 25 earned runs, struck out 79 while walking 38. Eric Yelding coming in to pinch run at first base for Steve Buechele. Yelding represents the tying run in this game. Rick Wilkins is the scheduled batter.
He is going to bat, too. They hit for him last night in the big 8th inning with a left-hander coming in, David West. They hit for him with Glenn Allen Hill, who walked. Not tonight.
And then it'll be Kevin Roberson.
And you would rather have Roberson bat right-handed.
Yeah. So it's now in the hands of David West. 1 out in the 9th inning, 2 men on base, 10-8. Phils lead by 2.
Lightning overhead right now, too. People are starting to put some jackets on, like it might be raining a little bit.
Unless the Cubs just signed that Roy Hobbs. Here's Wilkins. West in here to try to get a couple of outs. Breaking ball, it's a strike on the outside corner. Outside corner for a strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Wilkins. Now you can hear some thunder. In for a storm here shortly, it sounds like. Cued it off the end of his bat. Still no balls and 2 strikes. believe Oakland's taking the lead on Toronto in the ninth inning, 5-4.
Let's see what West has done with runners inherited this year.
He's high with a fastball, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Oakland beat him in the ninth last night.
Oakland had been really struggling. They go into that series and threatened to sweep it at the Sky Dome. Loop foul down the third base side. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Phillies try to salvage one in this series. Lead it 10-8. Cubs 2 runs in, 2 men on base, and 1 out. Good speed on the bases. There the runners go. Swing and a miss. Not in time, though, to get Sammy Sosa, who had a big jump at third base. It's a double steal. Wilkins strikes out for out number 2. But now the tying run is in scoring position. Sammy Sosa steals his 28th, and the trail runner was Eric Yelding. Yelding steals his 2nd.
That is really an aggressive play by the Cubs here to run in this situation. And Sosa got the great jump off second, and a good move by Yelding is how he calls him, the trail man, to move up into scoring position. A lot of times that'll surprise a lot of
times you'll try to get the trail runner, but I don't know as Dalton had much of a shot at him either. I don't think he did.
It was almost like they had them going then.
And here's Kevin Roberson. 1 ball and no strikes. That wind is really kicking up now.
Yeah, they need to get this one over with.
Roberson is 2 out of 4. 1 ball and 1 strike. Low, it's 2-1. Willie Wilson has moved into the on-deck circle. He would bat for Sean Bosky if Roberson reaches. Roberson got the big hit last night, a 3-run triple as a pinch hitter. High fly ball, and this should be the ball game. Milt Thompson waits. He squeezes, it's over. The Phillies have won by a score of 10-8. David West gets his 3rd save. And the Phils have salvaged a game in this series, winning it 10-8 over the Chicago Cubs. What a night by the dude. 5 runs batted in with 2 home runs for Lenny Dykstra as the Phils win it 10-8. We'll be back with the totals and a recap in just a moment.
Men upstairs. Let me rephrase that.
There's an exception to every rule.
I can take your badge right now for initiating an illegal investigation.
On the Pittsburgh police force.
Hardy, behind you!
His name is Tom Hardy.
Officer Hardy was not out of control. The place of a murder here!
Bruce Willis, Sarah Jessica Parker. Striking Distance. Rated R. At theaters September 17th.
The extraordinary Volvo 940 sedan finance offer you're looking at includes such standard features as a supplemental restraint system with driver's side airbag, a side impact protection system, anti-lock brakes, and a sunroof. Making one would think all this legal copy well worth putting up with.
You're looking at the fountain of youth.
Advanced Formula Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil. In a test, it protected an engine for 200,000 miles. The result? Vital engine parts that looked as young as the day they were born. There was virtually no engine wear. If you're looking for the fountain of youth, you'll find it in a container of motor oil. Mobil 1 synthetic. It keeps your engine running like new.
It's a free back-to-school backpack. Compliments of Campbell Soup when the Phillies play the Houston Astros Sunday, September 12th at 1:35. Backpack, baseball, and the Broad Street Bombers. All right. Call 463-1000 now.
Back at Veterans Stadium where the Phillies have hung on to beat the Cubs, and not a minute too soon. The rains are coming down, and they're coming down fairly hard right now with a lot of thunder and lightning in the area. But this one is over, and the Phillies salvage this game 10-8 over Chicago, scoring 9 runs in the first 3 innings. For the winning Phils, 10 runs, 14 hits, no errors, 9 left. Cubs, 8 runs, 15 hits, 2 errors, they left 9. Danny Jackson, the winner, 12-10. Jose Bautista lost at 7-3. And David West got the save. A Sunoco save for David West, meaning Sunoco and your local Sunoco dealers will donate $100 to the Byrne Foundation in the name of David West. It was his 3rd. Lenny Dykstra had a big night here tonight. He singled, homered, and homered in his first 3 at-bats, knocked in 5 runs. That's a career high for him, and he scored 3, boosting his league-leading run-scoring total to 129. Also a good night for Darren Daulton. Dutch was 4 out of 5, and he knocked in 3 runs. He now has driven in 97 for the year and is homing in on the 100 mark in RBIs. So the Phils win it by a score of 10-8. The paid attendance was 25,894. And Phils salvage a game in this Cubs series. They really needed this game, and they hung on to win it with the Houston Astros coming into town tomorrow night. Well, with the rains falling here at Veterans Stadium, it ended just in the nick of time, Neil Harbin. Let's go back to our studios at Neil Harbin. Neil?
All right, Harry, we just saw the thunder and lightning there at Veterans Stadium, and a lot of thunder and lightning in this series by the Chicago Cubs as the Phillies salvage Game 4 of this 4-game series by winning tonight by a final of 10-8. Let's take you to highlights now from the ball game. What started out in the Cubs' favor here in the first inning. Glenn Allen Hill singles in Jose Vizcaino, and the Cubs had a 1-0 lead out in front of the Phils, that coming with 1 out in the first. Still in the first inning, it will be Sammy Sosa's turn. This time he singles in Ryan Sandberg with a base hit to left field, and the Cubs, with still just 1 out, take a 2-0 lead. Phils get out of that inning and then add 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning, as it would be Darren Daulton with the big base hit. He scores both Lenny Dykstra and Dave Hollins. Big night for Darren Daulton, as Harry just mentioned, with 4 hits for Dutch tonight. It's 2-2. Then it's Lenny Dykstra. He hits a 1-out, 3-run home run in the bottom of the second inning, scoring Kevin Stocker and Danny Jackson 17th homer of the year for the dude, and it was 5-2. Phils lead the Cubs. Still in the bottom of the second, Frank Castillo is now the pitcher. It's Darren Daulton's turn. This time singles to the gap in between short and third there in left field, and it's 6-2. Phillies take the lead in the second inning. Still in the second, a big inning for the Phils. Jim Eisenreich follows with a single. Dave Hollins crosses home. In the third inning, Lenny Dykstra, 1 out, 2-run homer. He scores his second home run of the game, his 18th of the season. Dykstra, 5 RBIs, and he was so far 6 for 10 on the season, 3 home runs against Castillo. He certainly likes to take on Frank Castillo as the Phillies win it by a final of 10-8. We'll have more in just a moment.
Soon, you'll hear it. The best long-distance service is about to get even better. It's a breakthrough from AT&T Bell Labs, and it makes AT&T sound quality dramatically superior to any other long-distance company. So much clearer, closer, and more natural. Even 8 out of 10 people who don't have AT&T prefer it. AT&T True Voice, coming in the months ahead, free. Just another part of the iPlan.
When my doctor said to start exercising, I knew I wasn't 25 anymore. But that's when I called Bill, my nationwide insurance agent.
Jim had some questions, so we did a nationwide care review. We talked about his financial plan, life insurance, disability coverage, even retirement.
Yeah, we covered everything.
It turns out Jim was okay just the way he was.
Insurance-wise, right?
Oh, right.
The Care Review from Nationwide, because things change.
Nationwide is on your side.
So far this year, there have been 242 stories about a certain singer's book, 12 press conferences on the president's haircut, and 3 TV movies about the Long Island Lolita. But the media has yet to expose perhaps the most exciting event to date, the summer clearance at your Tri-State Honda dealer. Where right now, we've got great values on every Accord, including our 10th anniversary edition, that comes fully loaded at a price that'll have the whole world talking. We admit it's no dinosaur blockbuster, but at least our savings are huge. The summer clearance at your Tri-State Honda dealer, the smart way to go.
Some people hate to stop for gasoline. We do it for a living. Just going from one Sunoco station to another. Checking to make sure a gallon is truly a gallon. That the octane you pay for is the octane you get. That the gasoline is as good coming out of the pump as it was coming out of the refinery. So next time you're moaning because you have to pull over for gasoline, think of us. We have to stop 1,183 times this year.
Danny Jackson picks up the win. The Phils win 10-8. Our next broadcast here on PHL 17. Pre-game at 1 as the Houston Astros are in town, and that'll be Sunday beginning at 1 o'clock. For everybody here at PHL 17, the Phils finally won one against the Cubs. I'm Neil Hartman. Good night.
The Phillies and the Chicago Cubs has been brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, who reminds you friends know when to say when. By the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company. By Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. Personal choice, the health plan that controls costs, not people.